KMTI, your sports leader in South Central Utah, now presents Snow College Badger Sports on the radio. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now let's get started with live sports play-by-play action on KMTI Radio.
We welcome you to just outside the Bronx in the beautiful state of New York and Memorial Field here in beautiful New York City, just outside, as mentioned, the Bronx. It is the Snow College Badgers making the long trek from Ephraim, Utah, all the way here to the great state of New York to take on the Monroe University Mustangs in a matchup featuring two teams that are maybe having kind of trending in opposite directions, if you will. The Badgers had a couple tough losses against very, very good teams. Got a win against a very not-so-good team a week ago. Meanwhile, Monroe, coming off their best game of the season, held the Lackawanna Falcons to just 7 points and got a win over the Lackawanna Falcons from Scranton, Pennsylvania. My name is Tanner Wilkinson. I'll be your lead play-by-play man this afternoon here in New York. To my right, director of broadcasting and a guy who has done everything in his power to get us on the air today out here in New York, Mr. Joe Williams, providing color commentary, camera work. Did I miss anything?
Production work.
Missing some sanity maybe on top of that as well. But
missing a whole bunch of caffeine, that's for sure. We had the red eye last night, got in about 5:30 New York time this morning, which is 3:30 Utah time, where you and I came from. We came right from the airport here, parked the car, and slept for a couple hours in the car. It was great.
Nice little parking garage. It was shade, it was a good thing. So, but yeah, Joe, I was just down in Cedar City last night on this very station. We're broadcasting live here on KMTI, 650 AM and 95.1 FM. After the Manti game last night, I hopped in my car, hauled up to Salt Lake City from Cedar City, the 3.5 hours. Made it with, I don't want to say plenty of time to spare, but a comfortable amount of time.
Yeah.
I was in a hurry. I was rushed. But at never one point did I think there's a chance I missed my flight, and we made it out here to beautiful New York. It's a beautiful day out here. The sun, it was really gloomy and rainy when we pulled in this morning in our plane, and boy, it has completely flipped the script. A gorgeous afternoon out here in New Rochelle, and just a beautiful, beautiful setting for what should be a fun football game today. The Badgers put up 101 points against Community Christian. Coach Erickson, we talked about it in the interview I had with him this week. That was not intentional. They were not trying to score 101 points, but you can't just tell your guys not to play football at the end of the day. You still got to go out and play downs and play snaps. And so looking at the flip side of this, Joe, the Badgers got back in the win column, though. It was a brutal stretch, 4 of 5 games that were just difficult. The Badgers went 1-4 in that stretch. But feel good coming into this Monroe game. Now, this is a game Monroe is not just going to roll their belly over. They are playing really good football. When you look at the top 15 in the NJCAA, Snow College, number one team not in the top 15. So technically, if you want to get down to it, they're ranked 16th if you really want to get into that, receiving votes. And then Monroe right behind them at 17. So in theory, this is a 16-17 matchup. And I'd expect some competitiveness today. Monroe's taken some big steps this year.
They really have. And it really wasn't that long ago that Monroe was a very, very competitive team, as they are this year. It really, I think we talked to Coach Erickson about this, that it was only, 4 or 5 years ago that they were
10-win team, undefeated.
Exactly, in a national title team, I believe. This is an incredible program out here. Incredible players, incredible talent, and they've had a really awesome season. This is going to be a really big challenge for the Badgers to come on the road like this. They had some travel troubles as well with flight delays, flight cancellations even. The team came out on 3 different flights. One of them was canceled. So part of the team didn't even get here until very early this morning, like us.
Right.
It's going to be an interesting challenge for them to get out on this field and win today.
Now, Joe, wanted to give a very specific shout-out to a specific player for Monroe, a guy I called his high school games in, a player from Utah.
Really?
Made his way out to Monroe, and that is one Mr. Joseph Wright, the sophomore kicker, played at Grantsville High School in 3A and was a pretty darn good kicker in high school. So actually lived in Stansbury Park. That's where he grew up. I spent a year of my life in Stansbury Park. So what are the odds? Two guys from Stansbury Park, or I don't claim I'm from Stansbury Park. I lived there for a year. But those guys, what are the odds, right, that a guy like that ends up out here at Monroe University? And for Joseph Wright, very happy for him and what he's been able to do. This year has made 7 field goals and 20 PATs, even has a 2-point conversion on, I don't know if it was a bad snap or a fake or what, but he's been credited with that 2-point conversion. So for the Mustangs there. So that's a familiar name for some of these people. Some of these guys went up against him in high school, the likes of Dallin Sweat, Keegan Hall, Court Moon. Those guys played against Grantsville. So kind of a funny thing with a Utah connection out here in New York. We're going to take our first pregame break. Your pregame show is brought to you by Snow College. Did you start a degree, but then life got in the way? There's never been a better time to finish what you started. Visit snow.edu today. Take Professor Wilkinson's nutrition class. She's going to have some good stories because she's out here. She's about to see Aladdin on Broadway, so that's her football game for the day as we enjoy this one here. We'll take the break and be right back. You're tuned in to Snow College football. This is the Snow College pregame show on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit CentraCom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of CentraCom.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape, with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time, with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
We welcome you back here to Memorial Field in beautiful New York State as the Snow College Badgers get set for their matchup with the Monroe Mustangs.
Tanner, just real quick?
Please.
We are in Mount Vernon, New York. That is what the MV on the field stands for Mount Vernon High School. Now, folks, This does not look like a high school stadium from back in Utah. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous stadium, impressive seating. They've got concessions, a very professional entrance, a beautiful turf field, the two-tone. I love that. And just all the autumn colors, folks.
Oh, it's a beautiful sight.
You've just got to see what we see here. And over our right shoulder here is Manhattan. You can see it, see the skyscrapers in the distance. It is just an absolutely beautiful place for a football game.
And a beautiful day for a football game as well, as team captains coming out for Monroe. It is the sophomore quarterback, Jaden Young, rocking number 4. They've got guys with multiple numbers, but those are specified in different positions, obviously. And then their linebacker on defense, the defensive captain, D'Angelo Inamorado, a sophomore at linebacker for the Badgers. They run out their usual suspects as captains. Kazon Villa is out there with the wide receiver wearing number 5. You've got Miley Fonua, the starting center for the Badgers, out there as well. Jaden Wright at that linebacker position. Tayson Reed. By the way, big week for Tayson. We talked with Coach, committed to play football at the University of Utah. So the Badgers getting yet another player going on to the Power 4 level, and Tayson's had a fantastic season. It was interesting talking to Coach Erickson about the dynamic of junior college, right? Because you can have the guys for 2 years, 3 years if you get a red shirt in there. And looking at Tayson, he selfishly kind of wanted him to come back, but knows, right, this is the stepping stone, this is the dream to go on and play at that next level and have that kind of an opportunity. So for the Snow College Badgers and for Tayson, big congratulations to him on his commitment to the University of Utah. They offered him on Saturday, and I believe he committed on Wednesday was when that took place. So a major shout to Tayson Reed, and expecting big things out of him the last bit of the season here. Well, Joe, another thing I wanted to bring up that we talked about with Coach Erickson, there's still a lot to play for. While this season maybe hasn't gone the way you hoped, and you know, Snow doesn't have a bad loss on their record. There are teams that are in the top 6 or an FBS JV, the 4 losses. So, I mean, you look at how that's gone down for the Badgers. Still a lot to play for, a lot more you can get on film for these guys to, you know, get that into the next level and whatnot. And so I'm expecting a valiant effort here from the Badgers. I think last week was a good reset for them, even though the starters played, a quarter, if that, quarter and a half maybe, against Community Christian. But I think this group's hungry to come out and end on a two-game winning streak. They got a quick turnaround. It's Lackawanna on Thursday, just down the road, a couple hours in Scranton.
And they do not have. They're playing on a field all week that they have never even been to yet. That's where their practice is going to be every day from now until Thursday. So you can't discount that. You also, that 101 points. You don't want to keep harping on that, but what that also does is proves to Snow's offense that, hey, we can score.
Right.
You know, that is one of the big things that they struggled with this season. Their defense has been playing incredibly well. They really just a couple of little mistakes here and there. It's their offense that has really had a hard time in some games getting going. Last week they proved to themselves that, hey, we actually can get this. We can get the ball in the end zone.
It's kind of like in basketball. You just need to see one go in, and then suddenly you're feeling a lot better, right, about how things are going. Speaking of hoops, the Badger men's basketball, I'm so used to doing high school. It's men's basketball.
It's men's basketball in college.
Men's basketball team. How about Coach May and the boys getting a big win last night, taking on the 15th ranked team,
I believe.
The 15th ranked team in the country and getting the win there. So shout out to Coach May and the boys. We'll have that broadcast of their basketball game against Yavapai College coming up on Monday from the Horn Activity Center.
And that will not be on YouTube. That will be on the Scenic West Athletic Network.
Yes, we get to do the YouTube broadcasts on the football because Independence now going into the Southwest Junior College Conference. College football conference, and it's a little bit different in some of these other sports. You're more familiar where you run those for soccer and for volleyball and whatnot. So,
but those games will also be available on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. So keep up to date on midutahradio.com for those schedules.
You can also tune in on your dial at 650 AM or 95.1 FM. You'd think I'd have those, and I do have those memorized by now. I only say it 1 billion times every morning at 6 a.m. But
I was going to say, if you don't have a way to start your morning, folks, tune in to the Voice of the Badgers on KMTI Monday through Friday, 6 to 11.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
There you go.
You know me pretty well at this point, Joe. I'd like to think we know each other. We were joking off the air. We don't know when each other's wives' birthdays are, but and happy birthday to your wife, Alyssa, who just had a birthday a couple days ago.
Big shout out to my wife back home.
We've got about 5 minutes away from our opening kickoff. We'll bring up keys to the game next. It's the Badgers and the Mustangs live from Mount Vernon, New York on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose, and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style checking account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bring color to the world. Open a new checking account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was, with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we're member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
So you're all moved in. How's your new roomie?
Oh, she's cool. She's also a biology major.
Oh, that's great. You guys can help each other stay on top of homework.
I just hope the classes aren't hard. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard.
You'll do great, I'm sure. We're proud of you.
Aww.
You ready to go?
Who's that?
Gotta go, Mom. Have a dorm meeting in 2 minutes. Love you.
Hello? Hello? Who was that?
CentraCom Fiber, because you don't just need internet, you need good internet.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
And at the conclusion of our national anthem, we welcome you back on into Memorial Field here in Mount Vernon, New York, as the Snow College Badgers and the Monroe Mustangs get set for the opening kickoff here moments away. We appreciate you tuning into the Snow College pregame show. It's an interesting situation for the Badgers, who come in with two really good opponents to end the season, Joe. As mentioned, Monroe kind of on the rise, beat Lackawanna, held Lackawanna to 7 points. We've seen that Lackawanna offense. Snow had to really outgun the Falcons back in Ephraim. The Falcons will get a shot at revenge against the Badgers coming up on Thursday. So, again, that was originally supposed to be a game against Sussex over in New Jersey. They canceled the rest of their season, and so fortunate for the Badgers, Lackawanna helps when you're both independent. You both had an opening in your schedule. And we are now getting set to go underway. Monroe wins the opening coin toss. They will defer and kick off. Badgers to receive. Here to start this ball game is Joe Wright, the former Grantsville Cowboy, approaches and sends it deep. Badgers with a return opportunity at the 6-yard line. Bring it far side, stutter step. It's a great return to the outside by Lawrence Taylor IV. Had a couple big returns last week, Joe, and does a nice job. Badgers have good field position.
Really, and a great job blocking downfield, making room for him to cut up. You know, that's the thing. He's an incredible return man. I don't want to discount that. But if you don't have the blocking up front to make room, then you're not going to get anywhere. And that was an incredible team effort there from the Badgers.
And if you've been watching the BYU game, you know how important those special teams are, because it has not been good for BYU today. 2 to either side to start the game for the Badger offense on 1st down and 10. Again, quarterback's been a big part of how this season has gone for Snow College. As Jace Welsh takes the snap, is going to throw short over the middle. That's caught by the Badgers. It initially was right in the breadbasket of the linebacker Cedric Augustine, and instead, I believe it's Kazon Vila who comes up with the catch and run. Wow.
What happened there? I don't know. Kazon just came up with it. Incredible play there and gets close to the 1st down.
2nd down and a yard to go for the Badger offense now. So a pass play to open up, trying to get Jace Welsh settled. Again, Jace started a couple games early in the year and then got injured, but now is back and healthy. The give to his stud running back, Seth Rigtrup, who's going to get the Douglas Dentistry 1st down. Douglas Dentistry with in-house financing. Show off that smile at 258-9001.
And Seth Rigtrup just doing Seth Rigtrup things. I mean, you put the ball in his hands, you're going to get a 1st down.
He won a National Offensive Player of the Week award about a month or so ago now. He's had a great season at running back for the Badgers. Trips near side for Snow College. Single receiver far to the left for Jace Wright on 2nd down. Wright takes the shotgun snap. Pocket holds really well. Now Jace going to decide to tuck and run left side, and he just runs out of bounds. That's a loss of 3. Would have been better just tossing that one away, Joe.
It really would have. And that's just maybe a little bit of inexperience. You know, Jace was injured for most of the season, as you said. Really, he would have been better just throwing that beyond the line of scrimmage and out of bounds.
2nd down and 14. It's a loss of 4 for Jace Wright. He's got 2 receivers again to either side. Rigtrup as the tailback. In shotgun. Back to pass. Quick hitter to the outside, and it is low and incomplete. Well read by the defender coming over, number 7. That's the DB Jordan Byron, the sophomore from Port Reading, New Jersey, as he tried to get that to Mikhail Paiva.
I really did like that read from the defense. They were patient, they held back, and as soon as they saw Jace make eye contact, they started booking in. That was just a great play by the Mustangs.
Badgers now go with a trip diamond formation to the near side. Single receiver far side for Wright. Jay's going to roll out on 3rd down and 15. Pumps with it. Now takes a shot. He's got a man. It's Vila. Kazon Vila. No, Mikhail Paiva. My apologies. They were both running together, 3 and 5. Mikhail makes a great snag, and he's going to have a 1st and goal for the Badger offense. What a throw from Jace Wright.
Mikhail Paiva has had just an incredible season out there at wide receiver.
Jace Welsh. Wow, I apologize, folks. We've been calling Jace throughout the season, and Jace put the ball in the right place, and the Badgers move the sticks now. 1st and goal from the 10. Split back set now with the tight end Kime Fengupo in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff Rigtrip left side. Seth stutter steps, and a nice joint effort by Monroe to bring Seth Rigtrip down after a gain of a yard, maybe 2.
And really, that Monroe line is starting to stand up a little bit more to Snow's offensive line. Really, so far, Snow's line has had whatever they want with that D-line.
You know, even when Welsh ran out of bounds for that loss, he had plenty of time. That was not the issue. So Badgers go trips near side. Single tight end on the far left. The hand to Rigtrup. Seth stutters. Bounces off tackle right side. Rigtrup brought down at the 10. What an excellent tackle. Now a flag's going to come in, as I believe that was Kamari Brown who brought down Seth Rigtrup. It was either him or Charles Williams that brought him down for a loss, but they may call horse collar and or face mask here.
We're going to see right here, and we'll listen in on the white cap.
Sure enough, it's a face mask. Why is that so significant, Joe? It's only half the distance. You're thinking, it's 5 yards. It's an automatic first down, though. The Badgers will have a fresh 5 yards to go.
Inside the 10-yard line, on the 5-yard line, really, that is just a big break for the Badgers.
You know, a great pursuit, just didn't play it cleanly for Monroe. Game clock's at 11, or play clock, at 11 for Welsh. Takes the snap. It's going to be a give to Rigtrup. Patient run from Seth. He dives for the goal line and is in for the Badger touchdown. Seth Rigtrup taking it in for the Badgers as they open up on top on our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard.
Just incredible stuff from Seth Rigtrup. Exactly what I said earlier. Seth Rigtrup doing Seth Rigtrup things.
And with 11:46 to go, the Badgers march down the field in just under 3 minutes. We haven't seen this as of late from Snow College, kind of this swinging gate 2-point conversion potential try. And they'll bring it over, and they will go for – this is a go-for-2 try here, the way they've moved over. Swing it to the left side. Fangupo pushing. I don't think he's going to get there. Yeah, they say no good on the 2-point try, so the Badgers go for 2 early. They won't get it. It's 6-0. Snow College over Monroe University with 11:46 to go in the opening quarter on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
Hey, what does the Dentist of the Year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
And we welcome you back on in. Quick scoring drive for the Badgers, Joe. Ended up only taking a little over 3 minutes to march down and score. The big play, though, the big third down conversion from Jace Welsh to Mikhail Paiva, and then a third down face mask called against the Mustangs. So the Badgers with a 6-0 lead. Badgers went for 2, did not get it. As this kick is low and takes a bounce. Opportunity for a return. Muffed for a moment there by the Mustangs. And a return to the outside. The Badgers cover it well on the return. That is Jayshawn Amin, the sophomore wide receiver from Richmond, Virginia. And he will take it out to about the 17, 18-yard line.
Just really, really incredible coverage there from the Badgers. Able to get to the returner right as he muffs that punt and keep him to only, 3 yards after he picked that up? Just an incredible job by Snow College.
Usually on those muffs, one of two things happens. Either you're hit pretty darn quick or the guys get a little excited and get out of their lanes. Snow did not get out of their lanes that time, and so now Monroe will have their first possession of the game. The sophomore quarterback, Jaden Young, 6'2", 170 pounds, with an empty backfield. Now brings it back to his hip. Does Young. Claps the hands. Badgers show pressure. It's going to be a quick hitter to the outside, complete to the wide receiver. Makes a man miss. A lot of space for the Mustangs over on this left side, and the receiver scampers out of bounds. That's Kameen Powell, the wide receiver from Crumlin, Pennsylvania, moves the sticks, and Monroe's got their first down of the game.
And that's exactly the kind of play that Coach Erickson talked to us about earlier this week. Monroe really likes to throw the ball. The Badgers have to have their pass coverage just down to a T, and you can see they've really packed the secondary here.
Looking at Monroe wearing kind of a royal blue uniform with the gold, white pants, kind of giving the Orem Tiger look for those back in Utah listening. Badgers in the road whites, white helmets, orange pants. Quick hitter for Young. He completes it to the outside. The receiver curls back up, gets a good gain on first down. That's Jayshawn Amin, the man who returned the kickoff there. So it was 2nd down and 8. Now going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for this Monroe offense. Or is this? No, it's 2nd down. They didn't have the dial down right. They didn't have it in the right spot. So that was 1st down.
Yes.
So it's now 2nd down and 6 after the gain of 4. They were holding it 2 yards down from where it was supposed to be. See if we can get the chains right here. 2nd down and 6. 2 receivers far side, a tight end near side for Young. Brings a man in motion from right to left. Young awaits the snap, claps the hands. It's going to be a run play to the outside. The Badgers gobble up. The ball's free. Snow picks it up. Jaden Wright's got it. 30, 25. That's a live ball and a live touchdown. Jaden Wright scooped and scored for the Snow College Badgers. I believe Caleb Miller and Pae Otulu Alatini were both in to force the fumble.
Just incredible work by the Badgers to get that penetration into the backfield, force that fumble. Really, they had no chance as soon as the Badgers were back there.
So that's going to make it 12-0 with 9:47 to go in this opening quarter. PAT pending. Badgers again line up in this swinging gate. And when they motion forward and then stop, that's when you know they are going to go for the 2, Joe. And now they will go with it again here. It's a little throw and caught. Punter, holder to long snapper for the 2-point conversion. Getting creative here out in New York. Badgers lead at 14-0 with 9:47 to go in the opening period on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Sanpete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Welcome back on in. Badgers lead at 14-0, 9:47 to go here in the opening quarter. Badgers striking quick, Joe. You're thinking Monroe's starting to move the football a little bit better, got a couple completions downfield, and Snow College says, First, it was just going to be a great TFL. It was going to be a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Jaden Wright with the scoop and score. And the Badgers with a quick 14-0 lead. This looking eerily like last week. I don't think it's going to end like last week, but the Badgers off to a quick start as this goes in for a touchback as Deshaun Amin lets it out. So now if you're Monroe, got to put that play behind you. Now down 2 scores. You had 2 third down potential stops against Snow on defense, couldn't get it, and then a costly fumble that led to a touchdown. And there were all white jerseys trailing Jaden Wright.
Exactly. It was not even close there. And the lesson I learned, if I'm Monroe, they had so much success in those short passes in that, I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. I really would not be surprised if we see a steady dose of that in this drive.
So now, again, we've talked about the Mustangs being more pass-heavy. Coach Erickson hinted at that when we talked with them this week. And the one time they do go with the run, it goes horribly for them. Young brings his big tight end, Tristan West, over to the right side. Jaden takes the snap. They're going to run it with the tailback over on the right side. Some better space to that outside as Kanuka Williams, ultimately the man to bring down the tailback, number 23, LaShawn Sharp, the 5'9", 170-pound freshman from Brockton, Massachusetts, a gain of 5.
See, and that is exactly what you want if you're an offensive coordinator. You're able to throw it or run it and keep your defenders guessing.
Well, you look at it, big to get a good run play after what happened on your last one.
Big, very big.
Going to go with 2 receivers near side. Trips far right, empty set once again here for Jaden Young. Badgers show blitz at the line of scrimmage. Boy, no idea who's going to blitz here. Badgers bring almost everyone. It's almost an all sellout, and that forces a quick pass and a low ball trying to get it to Kameen Powell. Incomplete. Will bring up third down now, and 4 yards to go with 8:58 to go in the opening quarter. If you're just joining us, you missed some fireworks early. Badgers with 2 quick touchdowns. A good drive where Jace Welch connected with Mikhail Paiva, and then Seth Rigtrip doing, as Joe said, Seth Rigtrip things, and then the Badgers got a fumble 6. Jaden Wright took it 40-ish yards back for a touchdown. So 14-0 in favor of the Badgers.
Only 6 minutes into the game.
Yeah. That was the case a week ago. You expected that a week ago. Tight end moves from left to right on this field that goes east and west and not north and south. Is back to pass, rolling out as Young. He's pointing downfield. He lets it fly out of bounds, safely away from any Snow defenders. And that will bring up 4th down, and the punt unit is going to come out. That's the other thing. Joe Wright is also the punter for this team. So, again, for Central Utah listeners that listen to 3A football, no, Mr. Wright was the kicker and punter at Grantsville High School. Obviously had a really good career. From what I understand, Joe, played in that all-star game at Snow College.
Oh, really?
A couple years ago that you and I covered, and that we cover as a frequent basis with CentraCom and Mid-Utah Radio. And I want to say that's where he got some attention from some folks. So if Joe's parents are tuned in and I'm wrong, let me know. A high kick here from Wright. Badgers going to catch it at the 35. Fair catch called for, should say, and a smart decision by Stephon Sellers. Badger offense takes over at the 35. Chance to make this a 3-score game early, Joe.
And I'm really curious to see what the Badgers have dialed up. You know, Coach Erickson really likes those trick plays. He loves those trick plays. You see it, I mean, both times they've scored, he has gone with that kind of 2-point conversion trick play. And, you know, it just, you're always guessing you've got Zach Erickson calling the offense.
Badgers go trips far side, 2 receivers near side, an empty set for Jace Welsh on what's just his second drive of the game. It's just the second possession for the offense after that defensive score on our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Empty set for Welsh, takes the shotgun snap. Monroe rushes 4. Jace can get you with his legs, and he takes off here, right side. Big first down run for Welsh into Monroe territory. Gets taken out from behind at the 45-yard line as, oh boy, Kazon Vila was pushed down right in front of the official. They're not going to call anything. Oh, and is Jace down?
He is down. He is favoring that left leg there on the sideline.
Over on the right sideline, Jace Welsh, who battled with a shoulder injury for most of this season, was able to just come back a couple weeks ago at Georgia Military, and now he is down as the Snow College training staff makes their way over. We'll take a break and be right back here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose, and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style checking account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bringing color to the world. Open a new checking account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Well, good news for Snow College. Jace Welsh able to get up on his own power. The way he was laying there, Joe, you're kind of thinking, like, is his afternoon done? Now, he does need to come out for at least one play. He's going to get checked out over on the sideline. So in at quarterback for the Badgers, Tui Taniela-Fanua, who's gotten some snaps as of late. Badgers have played 4 quarterbacks this year. Some part of injury, some part of you played in a couple blowouts, and you want to get guys some reps. So we'll now see what Tui comes in and does at quarterback as it's a handoff right side. Matt Wilson, big gain for Matt. Flag flies. Wilson tiptoes down the sideline, pushed out of bounds in the red zone. But the way this flag was thrown and the body language of the guys on the field, this is coming back.
Yep, it is holding against Snow College going back. Now, Tanner, you probably know better than me. Is this from the spot of the foul or from the line of scrimmage?
This will be spot of the foul. The line of scrimmage, it's a recent high school development that they've done. Stephon Sellers, the one who's going to get tagged. So it'll still be first down for Snow, is the good news there. And it was a little bit further down the field, so you're not quite going to get first down and 20. Looks like the ball's going to be placed at the 49 of Monroe. So really a first and 14, first and 15 here for the Badger offense now. Is Jace back in the game? We're at the wrong angle for that. It is Fonua.
Tui.
Yeah, Tui, and a run forward that goes nowhere for the Badgers. Stopped by big number 0, Kamari Brown, the freshman D lineman, 6'1", 285 from Providence, Rhode Island. Just a gain of a yard on the carry. And now Jace Welsh is back in, which is big news for the Badgers. And Tui will head to the sideline. Badgers make a mass substitution there. Matt Wilson, you hate to see a guy who goes off and gets a big run like that. You see it get called back, and then he only gets a yard the next time. But Matt, certainly a guy that keeps the legs churning for the Badger offense. Empty set again here for Welsh. Should go trips far side, 2 receivers to the near side for Jace. Takes the low snap, able to pick it up. Going to take a shot over on that far side. It's a little overthrown, and the Badger receiver, Paiva, had to turn, or excuse me, Cale McCoy had to turn it into a defender as the linebacker Kareem Lewis was waiting out in coverage.
And that was just textbook coverage. He was out there just watching for the ball and smacked it down as soon as he could get his hand on it. That was just well played by the Monroe defense.
So 3rd down and 14 for the Badger offense. Now this is about the same spot they were when Welsh hit Paiva for that big catch and run to get a first down on the opening drive. 6:30 to go, opening quarter. Badgers go trips far side, single receiver near side with Matt Wilson at the hip of Jace Welsh here. Jace will bring a man in motion. It's Paiva. Paiva now motions back to the left side. Play action. Welsh trying to set up a screen play. Is going to throw it for Matt Wilson. Matt makes the catch. Now cuts around left side. Matt's got a head of steam. Stutter steps. Now being chased the other way and goes down for a loss. Oh, had an angle for a moment. Coming out to come up and make the play for Monroe. I believe that's number 28 for Monroe. Maybe not. He's got his jersey tucked up, so this is kind of hard to see what the number is.
I'm trying to get him to turn around on the camera so I can see here, but
showing off his abs. I want to say this is maybe 45 Xavier Cooper. That's who we're going to give credit to, at least for the time being, for Monroe.
Interesting punt setup. I don't know that we've seen this from the Badgers this year.
Now they come back to the line of scrimmage. You got to have a certain amount of guys at the line of scrimmage, and now they do. Jay Summers will punt this for Snow College. First punt of the ball game for either side. It's a good winding kick, and it's fielded and fair caught at the 14-yard line. So Monroe gets the stop, and they will have it back. First down and 10, 5:23 to go, opening period.
Now it is drives like that, if you're Snow College, that you are happy that you are already up by 2 scores. Because that really, it just stalled out very, very quickly. And they just couldn't get anywhere. Monroe figured out how to get some penetration into the backfield, put pressure on Tui or Jace, whoever is quarterback, or really get to Matt Wilson before he had a chance to hurt them with his feet. It'll be interesting to see what Monroe's defense is able to cook up on Snow's next possession.
Well, and you look at that holding call, really, really costly. That's usually when you see a drive killers. Penalties will do that. Snap and a run right up the gut. A different guy taking the snap here for Monroe. I believe that's Xavier Ward, the freshman, as he'll take the carry up the gut for just a yard. So not sure if there's an injury with Jaden Young, what that situation's looking like. But as of right now, out at quarterback, it is Xavier Ward, the true freshman from Queensbury, New York. Empty set now for Ward. Trips near side, 2 receivers to the right. With 4:50 to go, opening quarter, Badgers with a 14-0 lead. Back to pass, Ward gets rid of it quickly, far side, well covered. The catch is made, but only a gain of a couple yards is Jaden Robertson right there to blanket the wide receiver as the catch was made by Kameen Powell.
He just had no time to make that throw. The Badgers were coming right at him. They got good penetration in the line. Really, he was just under so much pressure. That was a hard play to make from the beginning.
Looking at about 6 yards to go here, 4:19 to play in the opening quarter. We got trips near side, 2 receivers to the far right for Xavier Ward. Badgers inching a little closer to that line. Are they going to bring blitz here? Man comes in motion. Ward back to pass. The Badgers do bring the heat. Ward rolls out to his right, evades the sack, and then just heaves it downfield. There was a receiver in the area that came back to the ball, but it ultimately falls incomplete as he tried to get that to Jarrell Taylor. 4th down, and now Monroe's got to punt it away. And interesting with the change of quarterback, Joe. Not sure if that's an injury type situation or are you rotating guys? Not sure what is up Monroe's sleeve there, but it will be a punt situation now for the Mustangs.
Because I do see Jaden right here on the sideline right next to the coaches. He's still dressed. He's not taped up. He's still got his helmet on and everything. Interesting to see if he comes back into the game.
4th down and 13. Low snap. Joe Wright picks it up, gets it away. Badgers still going to have good field position, though, here as it's fielded by Sellers at the 45-40. Steps up 35. Turns the corner 30. Cuts back 20. Has a block inside the 10. Sellers to the 5, and he's down at the 4. A great return from Stephon Sellers, and the Badgers will have 1st and goal inside the 5.
Just some incredible special teams play from the Badgers all game long. They have had great returns. They've had great field position to start their drives. And now starting 1st and goal from the 4-yard line, you cannot ask for better. Well, I mean, you could ask what
Jaden Wright did and, just not even have to drive the ball and score a defensive touchdown. But
right.
A great return from Stephon Sellers. He's near side, single receiver. DeBow, the far receiver to the left. 2 tight end set for Welsh with Matt Wilson at his hip. Play clock is at 16. And we got a timeout.
Monroe called the timeout.
They will take the timeout. 3:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Clock's still running. They need to stop the clock. We having flashbacks to the Utah Islanders. We'll take the break and be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back on in. Badgers with the 14-0 lead, and Joe sitting pretty here with 3:17 to go in the opening quarter. Snow College is knocking on the door to go up 3 scores. Great return from Stephon Sellers.
Absolutely incredible return from Stephon Sellers. And, Tanner, something that I've liked about the Badgers so far today, I know we're not even a quarter in, but there hasn't been one standout player. They have really shared the ball well, and everybody has had a good chance at being the star.
It's going to be 1st and goal to give up the middle. Wilson stutter steps, spins off, and is in to the end zone easily. Matt Wilson takes it in for 4 yards. So you had Seth Rigtrup with the initial touchdown. Matt Wilson scores the second from the offense. And after that defensive touchdown from Jaden Wright, you add that all together, 20-0 Badgers, 3:10 to go in the opening period. And Snow went for 2 on both tries, did not get the first, did get the second. As the Badgers bring those guys in motion, and now they're just going to kick the traditional PAT here.
We think.
Snap is good. Kicks on its way, and that is easily through for Joseph Brandt. So with 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the opening period, it is Snow College 21 and Monroe 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
Well, it's been all Badgers, 21-0. To be honest, Joe, I wasn't expecting this.
No.
And there's just been a few things that have just not got – it's not like Monroe's playing horrible or they don't know how to play or they don't have enough guys or anything like that. Snow's just made the right plays. They're playing really well.
They've been able to move the ball.
Kick high and an opportunity for a return here at the 10-yard line. Run out to the right side by Jamal Abdul-Kohik as he gets far side past the 25, where it will be 1st down and 10 for Monroe. Got to have something here.
Exactly. You have to answer here. You have to prove. And I'm not necessarily saying you have to get a touchdown. A touchdown, is very, very important at this point. But they've at least got to get that 1st down after that 3 and out, giving up 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. Monroe just has to prove to themselves that they can move the ball here.
So we're going to go 2 receivers near side. Is back in at quarterback is Jaden Young. So 2 receivers near side. Single receiver to the far right, single back, single tight end right side. Badgers showing blitz. They've been very aggressive at times defensively this season. Just bring the 4 to give to the tailback. Good stutter step run up the gut. The Badgers corral well after a gain of 3. Once again carrying the ball, that's LaShawn Sharp for 3 yards. Under 3 to go here in the opening period.
I'm not mad at that call if I'm Monroe. I'm not mad at that play because, I mean, you get 3 yards every single time. You're going to be in the end zone.
2nd down and 7 for the Mustangs. Again, this first quarter has been all Snow College. If you're joining us a little bit late, as that offense has gotten off to a quick start. The defense for the Badgers obviously pitching a shutout and scoring a defensive touchdown. Young takes the snap, play fake, throws to the far side, and the receiver looked downfield before making the catch. Kameen Powell unable to hold on to it, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7. Now had a good route, Joe, and was wide open. Just got a little too excited.
This is the exact situation the Mustangs did not want to find themselves in on this drive. They've still got one more play before they would be forced to punt it. You've got to get a first down here to keep your drive, well, just to keep your momentum.
Badgers show 4 at the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers near side, single to the far right for Young. Young claps the hands. It's a little delayed on the snap. Pocket collapsing. Young now decides to become a runner. Tries to get free and gets a couple yards before TJ Hudson brings him down. TJ was our Sam Pete Steel man of the game last week against Community Christian. Stay with us through the whole broadcast. We'll be giving away that Sam Pete Steel man of the game. Monroe showing they're going for it here on 4th and short. And this is a gutsy call this far back in your own territory. The minute 50 left in the opening quarter.
Just trying to draw them offsides, and now they're getting the play call in.
Play clock's down to 14 seconds. Again, minute 37 to go before we get you to the first quarter break. Young claps. They are going to go for it. It's a quick hitter to the outside, batted in the air, and the Badgers will get great field position again. Coming up with the PBU, Saleh Kanuka Williams, who's had a great second half of the season for the Badger D-line.
Just absolutely incredible heads-up play by the Badgers. Really, just a great job by that line to keep their focus up. I do need to say real quick here, Tanner, we had quite a few technical difficulties on this broadcast. You know, you always run into that when you have a 2-man crew flying to the other side of the country.
Well, thank heavens there's a Best Buy literally behind us.
I'm looking at it right now, and I am best friends with those cashiers as of this morning.
You know, this isn't the first time I've left the state of Utah to be on a broadcast and had to make a couple trips to Best Buy. Back in my intern years at BYU, I was at Fresno State. And, you know, you go a couple days in advance and you set up the broadcast, so it wasn't, you know, as stressed as we were day of. But anyway, Best Buy is the best friend of broadcasters as well. Rolls out to his right on 1st down and 10. Has time. Has a man wide open. Hits Paiva. Steps to the outside. 10. Cuts back to the 5 and gets brought down right around the 5, maybe the 6-yard line. Jace Wells improvising. Mikhail Paiva was all alone downfield.
Mikhail Paiva, what a game he has had so far. And we are going to have an officials timeout here. We've got a Monroe player down.
Timeouts are brought to you by our friends at Central Valley Medical Center. Having chronic knee pain from a worn out knee? Check out the new Rosa Knee Robotic Technology CVMC. Call 623-3200. We'll take a break and be right back, hoping the best for that Monroe young man. Next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
My name is Jared Livingston. I grew up in Sanpete County, Utah. I remember going down to the feed company back in the little offices there, got my first loan through Utah Heritage Credit Union, and ever since then fell in love with the personal atmosphere that you get with a local credit union. Been there ever since I was a little kid to today, whether we're dealing with an auto loan or just cashing a check. They're right there every time we need them.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed CentraCom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready.
Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose CentraCom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Appreciate that the Monroe player was able to get off under his own power, Joe. Did you say 82?
82.
82 was that number for Monroe. That is Elijah Patterson Butler coming off the field. So first and goal for Snow College at the 7-yard line. The option keeper for Jace Welsh. Stutter steps and well defended by Monroe. It's going to be no gain on the play for the Badger offense.
You know, you and I do a lot of the high school games back in Utah, and I most of this year covered a lot of Millard high school games there in Fillmore. They really love that play action option. And if you have a quarterback that can run like they do and like Jace can, it can be a very, very potent play.
Trips near side for Welsh, takes the snap. Going to fire, has a man open and just through the hands of Kime Fengupo on second and goal. Fengupo all alone, would have been good for 6. Got another Monroe player down. That is number 53 for the Mustangs. Gerald Baker, the redshirt freshman from Elizabeth, New Jersey. He is down. This is looking like last week in that regard, too. A lot of injuries here early. Let's take the break. Once again, it's a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. 15 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Badgers with a 21-0 lead.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
We welcome you back here to Memorial Field in Mount Vernon, New York. A couple injuries here for the Monroe Mustangs. Back-to-back plays, Joe, that they've had someone go down, and or at least 2 times in the last 3 plays or so for Monroe. Gerald Baker, one who's being helped off and needing some assistance to get to that sideline. So we've now got 3rd down and goal from the 8 for the Snow College Badgers. Paiva comes in motion. Welsh will take the snap. It's an option. Keeps it himself left side and well defended by Monroe. 33. That is D'Angelo Inamorado, one of the captains that was out there for the coin toss with the tackle. No gain on the play. 4th down and goal for the Badgers. And that will end quarter number 1. So Coach Erickson will have a quarter break to talk about what the Badgers are going to do next. 4th down coming up, 2nd quarter. Badgers lead 21-0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style check-in account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bring color to the world. Open a new checking account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
Welcome back on in after one quarter of play on our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. It's Snow College 21, Monroe 0. So Badgers really just outdoing everything that the Mustangs tried to put up. Snow's knocking on the door here. We'll see it. And the offense is staying out there. Coach Erickson being aggressive, maybe going for a kill shot early or not. The offense is remaining huddled here at 25, and they haven't started the play clock yet. The indication is Snow's going to go for this, though, on 4th and goal.
It would not surprise me either way. I think that Coach Erickson is aggressive enough in his offensive calling that I could see them very easily going for it. And I believe that is what they're going to do as they bring the offense onto the field.
So Badgers will stay out there, 4th and goal from the 8-yard line. Single receiver near side, 2 far to the right. Split back set here for Jace Welsh. As Jace takes the snap, quarterback draw, tries to head to the outside, stays on his feet. Welsh passes the pylon, touchdown! Jace Welsh using the wheels and staying in bounds as he reached past the pylon.
Incredible job by Jace, just keeping his head up, keeping his feet awake, and, making something out of nothing, honestly.
Excellent job from the freshman quarterback, Jace Welsh, and the Badgers now lead 28-0. Joe, I didn't see this coming. I thought this was going to be a really good challenge for Coach Erickson and the squad, but the Badgers have come to play.
They really have.
Out here in New York. So Joseph Brandt will attempt the PAT here to make it 28-0, just 8 seconds into the second quarter. Again, it's been all Badgers. Snap good, hold good, kick, even better. So with 14:52 remaining in the second quarter, Snow College 28, Monroe 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Welcome back on in. Badgers 28, Mustangs 0.
Doesn't that ad just make you thirsty? Shout out to Nate Johnson over there at Risk Managers.
We love Nate. Helps when your wife's the athletic director, too. Major shout out to Karen Johnson and all the good work she's done in her first semester as the new AD at Snow College. And the return by the Mustangs heads out to the 20-yard line as Jashawn Amin takes it up for the Badgers. We got to have a do with Nate next week in Scranton, just for that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So now the Mustang offense comes out. Looked decent on that opening drive, Joe, but then a costly tackle for loss that led to a fumble, and the Badgers ran it back for 6, and Monroe has not been able to move the ball since.
And, we've seen this from the Badgers all season long. Their defense is really where they've been able to shine, where they've been able to make a lot of incredible moves, a lot of fun chess playing, and keep their opponents really under check.
First down and 10 now for the Mustang offense. Jaden Young in at quarterback, trips far side, single back set, and the play clock runs out. So are we going to get they called delay a game on Monroe, and so that will back the Mustangs up 5 yards, bring up 1st and 15. So that's not how you want to start your drive. Just get behind the chains early. But that's where we're at for Monroe and the way this game's gone for them.
Those flags can be drive killers.
Badgers will bring 4 here. It's a run play. Hull opens up nicely off the right side as the push from Monroe is really good on 1st down and 15. That pile's going to just continue to fall forward. An excellent run from the Mustangs. A gain of 11, maybe 12 yards on 1st and 15. That pile just continued to push.
young running backs, take note. That is how you keep your feet churning. You keep going, you keep pushing until you absolutely cannot anymore. Just incredible effort by the Monroe Mustangs.
That's Sahid Cole, my apologies. Sahid Cole, the freshman back from East Orange, New Jersey. Fun when we get to go do these East Coast games. How many guys are from so many different spots on the East Coast? Makes it a lot of fun. 2 receivers near side. Man comes in motion. A high snap for Young. The handoff left side, and the Badgers stack up nicely on second down. Not going to be any kind of a gain. Now that pile gets completely pushed back the other way as Snow finally lets up after a hot minute. Court Moon was in on that play along with another couple of Snow College guys in that defensive backfield. Have called against Saleh Kunaka Williams, who's had a fantastic second half to the season. He was in on the play.
Got to give a shout out to Court Moon and all those Richfield football players and basketball players. They had an incredible season this year.
Very, very talented guy, Court Moon. Played a lot of snaps, a lot of reps in several sports there for the Wildcats down in Richfield. Snow's other home.
Won a championship down there.
It's going to be a run up the right side. Badgers get there in a hurry. Ace Kafusi, the first one to make contact, and this pile continues to push, and it will go back again. So you had one big push forward, Joe, and then back-to-back piles that went the other way. Talk about a running back that doesn't know when to go down. Sahid Cole churning and churning those legs.
And Snow is making sure that it has not happened twice, that the Mustangs are able to push them like they did on that first down.
So fourth down. So they got the 12. It was 1st and 15. You got 12 yards and then no gains on back-to-back runs. So the Badgers will force a punt here with 12:33 remaining before halftime. Stick around. Our Snow College halftime show coming up. We'll get you some stats as well as take you around the world of college football. BYU fans not happy right now. Down 26-0. It's a bad snap, and Joe Wright is going to take off and run for it. The former Grantsville Cowboy gets the first down. Joe Wright showing off some wheels.
Incredible heads-up play by Joe Wright. You know, those bad snaps can just be absolutely horrible. And honestly, if he had dropped that or been tackled back there, it would have been an automatic, near automatic touchdown for the Badgers on this next play. Instead, he keeps his heads up and just goes downfield and gets that first down. Incredible play by Joe Wright.
I don't think that was a fake. I think that was it was a missed block, and Wright was able to get shifty, make one guy miss, and gets the first down. So a shot in the arm for the Monroe Mustangs. First down and 10 now. Ball at the 32-yard line for Jaden Young. Young going to hand it off right side, and running back has nowhere to go. Mario Williams Jr., the linebacker for the Badgers, drops him for a short loss. Second down and 12. So again, Monroe had that really good push on that 1st and 15 and then nothing, and then a bad snap that ends up being in your favor, which when does that ever happen? And now a loss. So the Badger defensive line taking it personal here. Second down and 12 after the loss of 2. Young claps the hands, goes hard count. Badgers show pressure once again at the line of scrimmage. They'll go 2 receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far left. Young. Hard count, claps the hands. It's a little delayed snap, handoff to the right side of the tailback. Jaden Wright, Mario Williams, both in there. Tayson Reed, those linebackers. And then the back pops out again and keeps pushing forward.
And
Sahid Cole again.
Are they going to give him the first down for that one?
It's close.
It is very, very close.
They're going to say third down and literally an inch to go.
Oh, my goodness. That is incredibly close.
Under center for the first time this afternoon is Jaden Young. Badgers show 4, 5, 6 at the line of scrimmage. They're going to go quarterback wedge. The ball is end up on the ground, and it's recovered by Cole, but the Badgers prevent the ball from moving forward, and now fourth down again for Monroe.
And again, it's not necessarily that the Badgers are forcing these dropped balls, these muffed punts or whatever, but Monroe isn't really doing themselves many favors when they have the ball.
Fourth down and 3 now for Monroe, and the punt unit's going to have to come back. And, Jaden Young's kicking himself there as he heads to the sideline. And that was weird, Joe, because, they went quarterback sneak. Young didn't move. I mean, the way the Badger D-line had stood up the offensive lineman for Monroe, and then the ball just suddenly found itself out of his hands on the floor. And now Monroe's got to burn a timeout here trying to figure out what they're trying to get done on the special teams unit. So with 9:32 to go in the second quarter, Snow is still with a 28-0 lead. Fourth down coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back on in. Badgers with a 28-0 lead, and they're about to get the football back, or so we think.
We hope so.
Joe Wright, the former Grantsville Cowboy, to punt this away. Last year our good friend Greg Sterner texted me about Joe. He says, I'm doing it because Monroe came to Snow last year, came to Ephraim. He says, there's a familiar face here. That snap a little high, but right. Boy, booming kick. That's what you saw out of him up in Tooele County. Fair catch called for and caught by Stephon Sellers, who had the excellent punt return in the first quarter. And now the Badger offense takes over for at the 30-yard line, where they'll have 1st and 10, up 28-0. Joe, this is the best we've seen the Snow College team look. We don't want to beat the 101 points into the ground like we kind of have, but that's not looking good necessarily. This has been dominant and looking good.
Exactly. They have played not a perfect game. There have been a couple things here and there that they could have done differently or better, but this is one of the best games I think we've seen them play since the last time we were in New York when they played Army Junior Varsity.
2 to either side here for Welsh. Jace goes hard count. It's going to be a free play. No flag thrown. Jace decides to take the shot. Bit of a duck as Hadley tried to come back to the ball. Now a flag does come flying in. As that was tossed up deep for Porter Hadley, the wide receiver near side. He'll be interfered with, and that'll give the Badgers 15 yards and a first down deep in coverage. Ty Bowler, sophomore DB from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Like you said, they've got players from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Snow has quite a few players from outside of Utah, but you just don't see that big of a spread back home.
Well, good news for BYU fans. You're not going to get shut out. Chase Roberts just scored for the Cougars on our scoreboard update. A lot of college football going around across the country today. Well, that penalty will mean a first down, brought to you by Douglas Dentistry. Douglas Dentistry in Ephraim should be your first choice in dentistry and oral health, from general sedation dentistry to teeth whitening and tooth replacement. Long conversation here being called by the officials, but they do call the pass interference. And that'll get the Badgers a first down and near midfield out to the 45.
That is a big call for the Badgers. I believe it's the right call. When you get your arms all caught up in there, trying to affect the player, not the ball, that it can get a little.
Well, if you're a DB, if you're going to grab a guy, grab him low. Don't grab up on the shoulder pads. That's where officials usually are always going to be looking. So we'll see what the Badgers do here on 1st and 10, 2 to either side. Welsh now gets a new play call in. Still got Hadley wide to the left, Cale McCoy in the slot near side. Wilson goes to the left hip of Jace Welsh. 8:50 to go before halftime. Welsh gets rid of it quickly. Going to throw a beautiful deep ball. Has a man open. 30, 20, 10-5, and in to the end zone for the Badgers. I believe that's Jack Dean Burr calling it in for Snow College. Beautiful. That's the best thrown ball I think Jace has thrown all season long.
Incredibly thrown ball. Great route running. I mean, you just can't ask for any better than that. And that is going to bring it, like you say, to a 34-0 score.
So the Badgers, with 8:37 to go, already up 5 scores against a Maroon team. This team beat Lackawanna last week.
Right.
Held Lackawanna to 7 points. With the same players, by the way. I looked at that box score. It was the same players that put up all those points in Ephraim last month. Snaps good, hold good, kick on its way, and it is through. So with 8:37 to go in the first half, it's Snow College 35, Monroe 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
Welcome back on in. It is 35-0 Badgers leading the Mustangs. It's been all Snow College here in the first half. Badgers have done it a variety of ways, through the air, on the ground, special teams, defense. It's just been all snow. As they'll send it off to the Mustangs here. A good kick from Joseph Brandt. It's a high kick, fielded and muffed back at the 10-yard line. Now picked up right side by Lewis, and he's going to try to fall for it. Does get to the 15-yard line, so it could have been a lot worse. Given the circumstances, it will be 1st down and 10 for Monroe. A little bit of extracurriculars going on here as Snow College being told to send a few guys back to their sideline. No flag was thrown here, Joe, but
you've got to be careful if you're the refs. You've got to make sure that this does not get away from you, as the Whitecap does call timeout and heads over to the sideline, I believe, to talk with Coach Erickson.
Maybe give a warning?
Yeah, to make sure, like, hey, let's make sure that this doesn't get out of control. And the officials having a word with Coach Erickson over there on the far sideline.
Well, it's 1 o'clock Utah time, just about 3 o'clock, I should say, here. 1 o'clock there, 3 o'clock here. We're already getting sunset situations here.
We are.
At 3 o'clock after a time change. Now, there's no mountains for the sun to hide, so it's still going to be out for the majority, I think, of this game. But
there are a few skyscrapers out here we don't have much of back in Ephraim.
That's yeah. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. Young takes the snap. It's a run up the gut. And, again, the Badgers stout up that middle, not allowing anything to come their way. Getting number 93 involved for the Badgers on that stop. Great play for the Snow College defense. And that will bring up 2nd down and 11 after the short loss. That's been kind of where Snow's been strong today, Joe, defensively.
Right up the gut.
Up the gut. It was a D lineman that forced that fumble that Jaden Wright ran back for the score. As that's now 7:34 to go before halftime. 2 to either side for Young. Single back set. Jaden claps the hands. Badgers bring 5. Young pumps again. He's going to go down. The Badgers get in the backfield and force another sack. Keegan Hall was there along with Mario Williams, or was that Kanuka Williams?
It was 34.
34,
touchdown.
Mario Williams.
Or not touchdown, the TFL.
So Mario Williams will get credited with the sack. You also had Keegan Hall making some trouble in the backfield. Heartbreaking loss yesterday for Keegan's Juab Wasps.
That was a tough one to watch.
Shut out at the goal line twice. And when I say goal line, I mean an inch away from scoring twice on 4th down, and they didn't get either one. So having an issue with the clock over on that sideline. Now we got it back up. So 6:40 to go. It is 3rd down and about 18 to go for the Mustangs.
And it is going to be another delay game.
I like that the official's not even pulling his flag out. He just knows it's delay of game. And that's not going to do much. It's just a half the distance. They were at the 4, so they will now be at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt them too much, but the big thing they need to be careful of here is get out of the end zone and prevent a safety.
Badgers bring a 4-man front. Tayson Reed standing right in the middle of it. Williams off to his right as well. Man comes in motion on 3rd down and long for Young. Jaden takes the snap. Play fake, gets rid of it quickly, complete to the receiver who makes a cut back upfield, and that's going to at least give him some more room to punt as the pass was caught by Jamal Abdul-Kalak, the wide receiver from Walpole, Massachusetts. And the punt team will come back out. Joe Wright has certainly been busy, and even more extracurriculars as players are chatting out there.
And another Monroe player is down on the ground. I believe that is Nasir Hawkins.
Had a lot of guys get hurt for Monroe here in this first half. We'll take a break. The officials are discussing some stuff as well. There's been some chatter. We'll say that.
There
out
definitely
on the field.
has.
So we'll take a break. Be right back. Hope to see the Monroe player up and Adam on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom at Channel 10 and SnowTV.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
We're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit CentraCom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of CentraCom.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Welcome back on in. 5:38 to go before halftime. Joe Wright is standing in his own end zone for Monroe. And a return opportunity back for Stephon Sellers, who's also had a really good one. It's a low snap. It takes a bounce, but right into the hands of Wright. And he lets a beautiful punt come out as Sellers fair catches it. Give Joe Wright some flowers. What a boot for the Utah, the former Grantsville Cowboy, sending that sky high.
A little update for you, Snow College Badger fans. Our women's soccer team was in action today at home back in Ephraim in the Western District Championship game, where they sadly lost 2-1 to bring their season to an end. But an incredible game. You know, the women's soccer team last week went up to Salt Lake Community College in the region championship and upset number 1 Salt Lake Community College to go to that district championship.
It was a great season for the men, too. Coach Jack Larder was named Conference Coach of the Year. They won the regular season conference title, so a lot of good things going on in Badger country here. Man comes in motion for Welsh. It's going to be a jet sweep to the left side. Good blocking and a great run to the outside. That's C.J. Rabb III, our old buddy. Oh, boy, this is going to be some kind of a late hit both on Rabb and the official as Hadley goes and helps him back up. They're not going to throw any kind of flag here? Rabb was well out of bounds when he got hit. I'm not saying it was egregious or dirty by any means, but by textbook, that is a late hit out of bounds.
I agree with the no call for this reason. There was no whistle until he was hit.
I see what you're saying.
Yes, he was out of bounds, but I don't know that the Monroe player had the ability to know that because I did not hear a whistle.
It's our buddy C.J. Rabb, who we gave a ride home from the last time
we were out here.
First down and 10 now for Welsh, and the Badger takes the snap. It's a give to Wilson. Matt with a run up the gut on first down. A good run from Matt. Talk about a guy that keeps his legs turning. We've seen that from Cole on the side for Monroe. Now Matt Wilson falls forward for a gain of 4 yards, and the Badgers will have second down, 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. All Snow College again, 35-0. Joe, I'm just stunned. This Monroe team.
This is not what I expected out of this game whatsoever.
They beat Lackawanna last week 34-7.
And we will preview that game a little bit at halftime, I believe.
Trips near side as Welsh gets a new play call in from the sideline. Play clock is at 13 as the Badgers will now reset. Welsh takes the snap, back to pass on second down. Jace going to roll out to his right. Welsh on the run, throws sideline just over the outstretched arms of Jack Dean Burke. It falls incomplete. Badgers will have a third down here with 3:24 remaining.
And I think you're going to see the Badgers use as much play clock as they can when the game clock is running. They are pretty antsy to just get to the end of this one.
The wind's picked up a little bit here. We haven't really had any wind today up here in the Bronx area, just outside of the Bronx, should say.
We're only about 15 minutes away from Yankee Stadium here.
2 to either side for Welsh. Takes the snap, back to pass. Going to throw short, complete to Cale McCoy. Cale tripped up, not going to get the first down, but he's going to make this. If the Badgers decide to go for it, knowing Coach Erickson, I would be surprised if Snow doesn't go for it here.
Exactly. I'm expecting a handoff to Matt Wilson and for Snow to go here.
Got trips near side as Badgers go with a quick huddle. Single receiver far side for Welsh. Wilson is the back. Monroe showing blitz here. And Badgers get the new play call in after the hard count. You know, Joe, it's interesting. These non-conference, these independent rivalries that Snow's developed over the years, going to be gone.
It's so
sad. For a good reason. But yeah, there is some sadness. Lackawanna's not going to be a thing anymore as Welsh rolls out to his left, tries to put the ball forward. I don't think he's going to be close. It's actually a loss of a yard on the play, and the Badgers will turn it over on downs. The Monroe defense with their biggest stop of the game so far.
Yeah, but exactly what you're saying, Tanner. It is a little sad to see those rivalries go away. Now, Coach Erickson has kind of indicated to us, he hasn't confirmed anything, but that maybe 1 or 2 of those rivalries will still continue in week 0 and week 1 going forward. But they can really only they really only have room in their schedule for a maximum of 2 non-conference games going forward.
Yeah, and big part of that, they do a conference playoff. It's not just a conference championship game. You take the top 4 teams and you do a playoff. So big upset brewing in Division I football right now. Number 2 Indiana is losing to Penn State. Fired their head coach, James Franklin. Penn State. His pass is caught near side and forced out of bounds is Jashawn Amin in at quarterback again for Monroe is Avery Ward. So Jaden Young, who's taken the majority of the snacks, this will be the second drive of the game for Ward. But yeah, Indiana losing with 4 minutes to go. Penn State just scored to go ahead 24-20. Now, early in the season, Penn State was, a top 3 team preseason, but it turned into a disaster for the Nittany Lions, so much that you fire your head coach, you're unranked, you're losing to the likes of UCLA and Northwestern, and now might beat the number 2 team in the country. Screen pass to the outside, complete. Receiver makes a man miss and gets a first down. Nice catch and run for Jashawn Amin as he moves the sticks for Monroe. And that'll be the 2-minute timeout, as this is just year 2 of that in college football. Still getting used to it. We'll take the 2-minute timeout. It's brought to you by Central Valley Medical Center. You can trust CVMC. Break coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. CentraCom Team Channel 10 and KSL Sport. And SnowTV. Called too many state high school games yesterday.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
Welcome back on in here. It's 1st and 10 for Monroe at midfield. Have they crossed midfield? I don't think they've crossed midfield today.
I don't know that they have.
Quick hitter high. It's incomplete. Open receiver again to Sean Amin, who's the one who's made a couple of nice catches on this drive for the Mustangs. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now for Monroe. Starting to see a little bit more lively offense here with Xavier Ward in at quarterback for the Mustangs.
And if the Mustangs want a chance in this game, they've got 1 minute and 23 seconds to score a touchdown in this first half and actually get into the locker room with a score on the board.
Would be significant. They do get the ball to start the second half as well. So empty set here in the backfield for Ward. Back to pass. Pocket holding. Now collapsing. He evades the sack. Ward rolls out to his left. Going to take off as a runner on 2nd down. Gets a good chunk of that, maybe 3-4 yards on 2nd down. Ward got shifty there for a moment, and we'll bring up 3rd down and 6 to go for this Mustang offense.
Good news, he got out of bounds. Good news, he got positive yardage. Bad news, that took 11 seconds off of the clock. That is a long play, and you cannot have too many of those kinds of plays.
3rd down and 6 with 1:12 to go before halftime. We'll have our Snow College halftime show. Take you around the rest of the country in college football. Quick throw to the outside. Another 1st down for the Mustangs as that's completed on the far side.
They've got to hurry up. The Mustangs have 1 timeout left, and the clock will stop for them to move the chains.
Jashawn Amin has kind of been a one-man wrecking crew on this drive. Another 1st down catch for Amin. Empty set again. Clock now winds at 58 seconds. Quick snap. Badgers bring pressure. It's a screen pass complete, and a lot of room to the outside for Monroe. 1st down out past the 25, and a 1st down catch and run. Evan Harrington. First time we've called his name tonight, Burke, Virginia. It's a nervous time to have the last name Harrington. If you don't watch Stranger Things, you don't get that, don't worry. A great catch and run, though, from Evan Harrington, the redshirt sophomore, as he moves it down inside the 25. I'm going to mark this at the 24. Got out of bounds as well with 49 seconds to play. Monroe trying to get on the board before halftime. Man comes in motion for Ward. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Pocket holding. Now collapsing. Rolls out to his right. Tries to evade the sack and does. That doesn't even get to the line of scrimmage, though. That's got to be in the area of an intentional grounding. There was no receiver in the area. He was outside of the pocket.
And I believe the Whitecap is coming to discuss with these sideline officials. And they're talking about it, and we will see what they call.
Because the criteria is if you're outside the tackle box, it's got to get to the line of scrimmage. And yeah, now they do throw that. So that's going to essentially go down as a sack for the Badgers, as it will be a loss of down on the play.
That is a big, big call for the Badgers. That is painful if you're Monroe. Finally have a drive, getting some positive yardage, and getting some success in both the run game and the passing game. The Mustangs knocking on the door of the red zone and then just shoot themselves in the foot again.
Yeah. So 2nd down and about 18 to go here for Monroe with 43 seconds remaining before halftime. Again, Monroe's only got the 1 timeout. And because of the intentional grounding, the clock, I believe the clock should start because this essentially just counts as a sack at the end of the day. But they will not wind the clock here. 2 receivers to either side for the quarterback, Xavier Ward. In shotgun. Badgers show blitz. They'll bring it. Pocket collapses. Ward gets hit as he throws. Lets it go. He's got a receiver there over the shoulder. The catch is made, but out of bounds. So a heck of a catch from Evan Harrington. That was just 2 yards out of bounds as, boy, taking a shot with Xavier Ward. Getting in there quick. Tayson Reed, the Utah commit, able to deliver some heat there.
Yeah, exactly what you said. Incredible catch, incredible throw, just barely out of bounds.
So 36 seconds on the clock. You got 3rd down and long here if you're Monroe. Joseph Wright's got a good leg, too. I saw it at the high school. I mean, this is just crazy that we're in Mount Vernon, New York, calling a kid that played at Grantsville High School. But Joe Wright's got the leg here. Maybe another 10 yards, and they'll feel comfortable with it. Throw over the middle, and that is caught right near the sticks. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but a heck of a catch again from Evan Harrington. They'll bring up 4th down and short with 25 seconds to go. You can't spike it here because that'll be a turnover on downs. So Monroe, are they going for it, or are they going to run the field goal unit out here and just kick this heading into the locker room?
Do they still have their one timeout?
They do, and they're going to use it here with 14 seconds to go. We'll take a timeout, be right back. It's Snow College 35, Monroe 0. Can the Mustangs get on the board? Find out next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Sanpete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Welcome back on in. 14 seconds remaining before the half ends. Monroe electing to take a timeout. The offense stays out there, Joe. They're not going to take the 3 points. You're down 5 touchdowns. You might as well try and get on the board this way before halftime.
Exactly. Really, if you're going to cut into this lead at all, you have to have a touchdown.
We'll get you up to date on some scores back in Utah. Some 2A and 1A action. Small town football going on down at SUU, where some of these guys for the Badgers have offers and could end up playing. Now Coach Erickson wants to talk it over. Timeouts brought to you today by Central Valley Medical Center. From orthopedics to pediatrics, trust CVMC. Coming up on our Snow College halftime show, we'll get you those score updates. Scoreboard this afternoon is brought to you by Utah Heritage Credit Union, UHCU for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans.
I believe you can go in and ask for the Voice of the Badgers discount at UHCU.
Oh, boy.
Which I don't believe is a discount. I believe it's a free pen.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
yeah.
That's not too much to put on old Gregory down there at
I've got to give
Utah
a shout
Heritage.
out to former Voice of the Badgers, Gary Chittister. He always used to say that on our broadcasts.
Is that right?
Back when I interned for him.
The discount is the pen.
The discount is the pen. Big shout out to old Greg Sterner.
Well, what did Annie Edison say? It's not the pen, it's the principal. That's a deep pull. That's
a deep
for
pull.
Community fans. That's a deep pull.
That is a deep pull.
4th down and 1 here for Monroe with Xavier Ward in shotgun. Brings a man from left to right. 14 seconds to go. No timeouts left for the Mustangs. Badgers, I believe, still have 2 timeouts. Ward, quick hitter, fires. It's intercepted. Jaden Robertson picks it off and heads the other way. This is going to be a pick 6 to potentially end the half for the Badgers with 4, 3, 2, and 1. He takes it in. Jaden Robertson on 4th down. And we'll get a celebration flag as he spun the ball on the ground. Robertson, we know his return ability. We've seen it on punt returns, and now the pick 6. What a play.
Basically a worst-case scenario for Monroe. I mean, it does not get more painful than that going into halftime.
There are zeros on the clock. I thought personally he crossed with 1 second left. So the kickoff is when that'll be enforced. Now, this is interesting because if time is expired, like it says it is, of the second half. Okay, that makes sense. Good explanation from our lead official there.
And most of the Monroe team is already headed to the locker room.
Yeah, that's a blow heading into the half. Jaden Robertson made a perfect play on the ball and saw nothing but green turf heading the other way. As now an extra point coming from Joseph Brandt. And this is good. So that's your halftime score. Snow scores at the horn on a pick 6 from Jaden Robertson. 42-0 Badgers over Monroe. We'll have your halftime show coming up next right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose, and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style checking account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bringing color to the world. Open a new checking account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we are member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time. With secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back on in Snow College halftime show. It's been all Badgers leading at 42-0 as Snow College. Our halftime show is brought to you by Snow College. They are growing, and you can visit them at snow.edu. Campuses in Ephraim and Richfield, and programs that'll fit your busy schedule. Whatever it is you need, Snow College is the place to be. It's a good place to come play football. And Coach Erickson's got his team playing maybe their best game of the year. Again, Monroe defeated Lackawanna last week, 34-7, and it was a big win for them. They've improved a lot this year. Badgers playing with a little chip on their shoulder after that really difficult schedule in the middle of the season. And Snow College does find themselves ahead 42-0. Let's get you caught up on some other scores from across the country, literally heading back across the country to the state of Utah. Some 2A football semifinal action. San Juan beating up on Summit Academy. They win 51-27. San Juan heading back to the state championship game. Kanab leading North Summit 8-6. That's closer than maybe some would expect back down there at Cedar City. Kanab, the number one overall seed in 1A, taking on the 4 seed. And that Kanab just scored again, so now that makes it 16-6 there. Other games coming up later. South Summit and South Sevier also on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. 6 p.m. 4 p.m. is when that one. I'm on Eastern time, so my phone's telling me other things as South Sevier and South Summit take place later on, and then Duchesne and Beaver. Those two games to close out should be a lot of fun in the competition side of things there in state football. Let's get you caught up on college football from across the rest of the country right now. Not a good day for BYU. They trailed 29-7 with 2 minutes left. Cougars going to have their first loss of the season. Now, talking BYU fans off a ledge, you could afford one loss. That is by no means the end of BYU's season. You're thinking back to the Independence days. Yeah, one loss and you're kind of toast. BYU still very much in play to play in the Big 10-12 championship. The bad news, you probably got to play Texas Tech again if that's the case. And the Red Raiders have looked very, very good today going up against BYU. So looking here at some other scores, Indiana's got the ball back against Penn State, down 4 with 48 seconds to go, and Indiana's in scoring range. So that game really, really intriguing up there in Happy Valley. Number 1, Ohio State leads Purdue 24-3. Ole Miss leads the Citadel 42-0, and they're basically bye week in the SEC. Georgia, 5th-ranked team in the country, beats Mississippi State 21-0. Some other dandies in college football coming up later tonight. Some big ones, Texas A&M and Missouri. Joe, Texas A&M, one of now what's going to be 3, well, potentially just 2 unbeaten teams. If BYU and Indiana both go down, well, BYU is going to go down. If Indiana should go down here, that would leave Texas A&M and Ohio State as the only unbeatens. Ohio State did win earlier, or is winning pretty big time as of right now. Oregon, Iowa, that's a massive one in the Big Ten. 9th-ranked Oregon, 20th-ranked Iowa going at it there. And then LSU, Alabama is always interesting, even though LSU is not ranked. Just fired their coach. Maybe they pull a Penn State and play a little bit more of some inspired football here. So, and then Navy, Notre Dame. Don't sleep on the midshipmen for that one with Navy 7-1. Not ranked, but they're 7-1. Notre Dame 6-2, and those 2 losses that Notre Dame had were to good teams. I mean, Texas A&M's one of them.
Right.
Miami's the other. So that should be a really fascinating one later on tonight. So, keeping things there. By the way, when you were taking your quick break, Kanab is now up 16-6 on North Summit. That's closer than I thought it was going to be.
North Summit was able to score.
Yes.
Good for them.
It was 8-6. And then right as I refreshed, Kanab scored. So
that is very impressive. You know, I did that Millard North Summit game last Friday night in Colville, and I don't know that I've ever seen a more exciting end to a game.
A walk-off touchdown.
A walk-off touchdown in the back corner of the end zone, 31-yard TD pass.
We're going to take another break here on our Snow College halftime show. When we come back, get you some stats from the first half. Spoiler alert, it's been all Badgers. We'll have that next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit CentraCom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of CentraCom.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Welcome back on in. We're live in Mount Vernon, New York. Halftime brought to you by Snow College. It's 42-0 for the Snow College Badgers as they lead the Monroe Mustangs by that 42-0 score. Been a little bit of a surprise. I mean, Monroe came out and beat Lackawanna last week. Feeling pretty good about themselves. Coach Erickson talked about having to be mentally prepared for this game, and boy, have the Badgers done that, leading by a score of 42-0. First down, let's go through these stats for Snow College. They've got 2 defensive touchdowns, by the way, which that's always going to help. For the Badgers, 11 first downs to Monroe's 6. Badgers have 59 yards on the ground to Monroe's minus 12, and that's a big difference in this game. Passing yards, Monroe's got 94. Snow's got 121 on the day. Badgers have ran 23 plays for 180 yards, 7.8 yards per play. Monroe, 32 plays for 82 yards, just 2.56 yards per play. Monroe's lost a fumble and thrown an interception, and that both went for touchdowns as well. Weren't just super costly on that front. Monroe 1 for 8 on third down, 2 for 3 on fourth down. Snow's actually 0 for 4 on fourth down in this game. 2 for 3 on fourth down for the Badgers there, as Coach Erickson has been aggressive on that front. Penalty yards, Snow 2 for 7, Monroe 5 for 43, so a really clean first half. Let's get to the offense here. Statistically, Jace Welsh, 6 of 10, 421 yards and a touchdown. Mikhail Paiva, your leading receiver, 2 for 64. How about Jack Dean Burke, 45-yard touchdown reception for him on a beautiful ball from Welsh. Kazon Vila with the catch for 10 yards, 1 for 3 for Cale McCoy as well. Welsh, 6 carries, 24 yards and a score. Rigtrup, 3 carries, 11 yards and a score. Wilson, 3 carries, 8 yards and a score on that front. Defensively for the Badgers, Tenny Worthen with the 3 total tackles, along with Atawa and Mario Williams. Kanuku Williams, who's been in on a couple of those plays as well. A couple of TFLs for Mario Williams as well. He's been really, really good back on that front. Also has the lone sack of the day. Kanuku Williams with a pass breakup, and then Jaden Robertson, that 92-yard pick 6, as that gets really difficult when you have those kind of things. Your touchdown, Seth Rigtrup opened things up with a 5-yard touchdown run, and then Jaden Wright ran back an 18-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. Matt Wilson, 4-yard touchdown run later on to make it 21-0. Jace Welsh, a 9-yard score for the Badgers. Welsh then a 45-yard teardrop pass to Jack Dean Burke to make it 35-0. And then Monroe was driving it, put together a really good drive. Xavier Ward had his pass picked off by Jaden Robertson, and Robertson ran it back 92 yards for the touchdown. So a really, really impressive outing by the Badgers across the board in that first half. Those are some of your individual numbers for Snow College. Let's take you to some individual numbers now on the Monroe side of things. Ward is 6 of 10 for 58 yards and a pick. Young is 3 of 7 for just 36 yards, but does have a long of 25, was sacked the one time. Receiving, Harrington, 2 for 32. Amin, 4 for 27. Powell, 1 for 25. 1 for 7 for Abdul Kah. And then Taylor with 1 catch for 3 yards. Sharp, 2 carries, 8 yards. 2 carries, 7 yards for Ward. Wright, 1 for 4. Young ends up going 3 for -5. Oh, Cole. Saeed Cole, unfortunately, 7 for -26. or for -3, excuse me, overall on the day. Young's at a 0 on that front. So a couple of fumbles on that front. Those are your halftime stats. It is 42-0. We'll get you keys to the second half. Coming up next, you're tuned in to the Snow College Halftime Show on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose, and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style checking account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bring college to the world. Open a new checking account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was, with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we're member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
So you're all moved in. How's your new roomie?
Oh, she's cool. She's also a biology major.
Oh, that's great. You guys can help each other stay on top of homework.
I just hope the classes aren't hard. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard.
You'll do great, I'm sure. We're proud of you.
Aww.
You ready to go?
Who's that?
Gotta go, Mom. Have a dorm meeting in 2 minutes. Love you.
Hello? Hello? Who was that?
CentraCom Fiber, because you don't just need internet, you need good internet.
Welcome back on In Your Halftime Show, brought to you by Snow College. You and I, a couple former Badgers. Joe, back in the day, had some good times at Snow. Everyone has a good time at Snow College. There's something for everyone. Really catered to, you're always surprised. I think you and I both experienced this after we left Snow, the personal touch you feel.
You just
from
don't
your
get it anywhere
professors, from just other faculty, from the community as a whole. It's a little shock to the system for some of us after we leave Snow College. And I'm a local guy. Grew up from down the street, from in the neighborhood, just behind the college there to the east, and it's a bit of a culture shock when you're used to having a classroom full of 30 kids. It's about what it was when I was a student at Manti High School, and then all of a sudden I'm at BYU and you got 200 kids in a classroom. It was overwhelming. So if you're in the mood for some nice hometown feel, come to Snow College. It's a great place. You're going to get taken care of extremely well, and you're going it's just an amazing place.
You're going to meet incredible people. I met my wife going to Snow. Speaking of which, I have my daughter is watching right now back home, and it is her 3rd birthday this week. So, Millie, happy birthday. Dad loves you, and thank you for watching.
So I forget that your wife and daughter do have the close birthday. I know when Millie's birthday is. We were joking about this because that was a significant moment early in our friendship.
Very.
We were supposed to be rooming together down at St. George for state football. And you guys had other plans. Good plan. Very good plans. And
it was the day my bags were packed. My car was packed to head to St. George for the 1A through 3A high school football championship games in 2022, when the doctor said, hey, we've got to induce your wife. You're not going anywhere, bud.
Wait, Millie's 3.
Millie will turn 3 on Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, very fun. Happy birthday, Millie. She doesn't recognize my voice by now. She'll recognize my puppies if she sees them. Our dogs.
She knows your dogs very, very well.
Yeah. So anyway, very, very happy birthday, Millie. Well, let's get to some keys to the second half here, Joe. 42-0. Badgers just completely dominant in that first half in a surprise, really. Again, Monroe played their game of the year last week against Scranton right here on this field, Lackawanna. And just kind of came out flat. That fumble early, I think, really killed any momentum because Snow drives down and scores. You're thinking, okay, Snow put together a good opening drive. How does Monroe counter that? A couple good pass plays. They picked up some good yardage, and then an awful fumble 6. And again, right when they had some momentum going into the halftime, a 92-yard pick 6 by Jaden Robertson. So if you're the Badgers, you got a short turnaround in a couple days. Get out of here healthy.
That's the big thing. I think you're going to see a steady dose of second and third stringers. I think you're going to see a steady dose of running the ball from the Badgers. If you're Monroe, again, you got to stick with what has been working, and what they've seen the most success out of today is those short passes into the flats. They've been able to throw the ball about 4 or 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage and get some good yardage out of that as we get ready for the second half kickoff.
Going to be interesting to see how this one continues here in the third quarter. I don't think this is not going to be a 90-point game for Snow College like the 101 we saw a week ago. Also, this scoreboard, I think most football scoreboards don't have triple digits on the scoreboard, I would assume. Not a lot of high school and most junior college basketball. You can get a couple games, you get to 100 points in junior college basketball. Badgers did get to 96 in their opener last week.
They got over 100 last night.
They did. You're right. You're correct. They did get over 100 last night. McCaden Adams off to, boy, guy's looking like a guy Coach May coached at BYU. That's high praise because I'm talking about Jimmer Fredette. As the ball goes over on the line, that's a high kick from the Badgers right out to the 40. So probably the best starting field position that Monroe will have had as we start half number 2 and more. And there was a lot of talk towards the end of that first half, Joe, and you really don't want to see that, given that this game score-wise has gotten out of hand. Let's make sure that this doesn't get out of hand as far as verbal altercations, that kind of a thing.
And that's something I was very impressed with Snow and Community Christian last week, even though it was a beatdown in every sense of the word. There were no unsportsmanlikes. There were no anything like that called. They were able to keep it classy through that entire game, and hopefully the Badgers can do that here as well.
First down and 10. Man comes over to the left side, 2 receivers either side. Back in at quarterback is Jaden Young. Young takes the snap. It's going to be a give to the right side to Cole. Cole stutter steps. Great run from Cole on first down. He gets 11 yards and moves the sticks. Cole ended up at a -3 at the half. He had that one really good run, but then got dropped for a couple losses, including the fumble in the first half. But a great run there from Cole. Moves the sticks for a first down. Badgers starters still out there, by the way, on defense. I'd imagine they still do play a couple series here, kind of see how things go on that front before maybe getting into some second string. And you're not going to be able to go quite as deep into your roster because your travel roster is always much, much smaller than your game day home roster. Young brings that man in motion, takes the snap. It's going to be a give right side to Cole. Big hole for Cole. First down and 10, and he gains 8 to bring up second and short.
I mean, this offensive line in these 2 opening plays has done a great job opening up holes for the running back and has just kind of had their way with the Snow's D-line.
Yeah, getting much bigger holes than what they saw, what we saw in the first half, certainly, especially up the middle. There was nothing there up the middle. So we've got 2nd down and 2 now for Monroe. Clap of the hands, Young. Badgers run blitz and just miss Cole. Cole falls forward for the first down, needed 2 and gets 3 to move the sticks as the whistles do finally blow out at the 39-yard line. So Monroe's ran the ball 4 times and gotten 2 first downs.
Incredible work by Monroe so far. And I wonder if their strategy is something similar to the Badgers in this second half, which is keep the clock running, try and score as much as you can, but keep the clock running.
So it'll bring up 1st and 10 now. 2 receivers to either side for Young as he awaits the snap. Badgers show 4 at the line of scrimmage. Young back to pass on 1st and 10. Escapes out to his left. Going to load up, fire it deep for the end zone. Double coverage there. And the receiver makes a snag out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchdown. What a throw rolling to his left. Jaden Young just put it up there. And Kameen Powell comes down with it in the back of the end zone right beneath the goalpost.
I mean, what can you say? That was just an incredible play all around. Well thrown, well caught, and, I mean, they deserve that touchdown after that throw.
Rolling out to his left, and then Jaden Young just putting that ball in the air, 42-6. Now our score with the PAT. It's not a good snap, but Joe Wright is now on the board as he makes the PAT with 12:32 remaining in the third quarter. It's Snow College 42 and Monroe 7 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
A tightrope touchdown, a rollout to the left from Jaden Young. Just put that ball on a dime to the sophomore Kameen Powell as Monroe gets on the board. The bad news, they've given up 42 points still, so still a 5-score game at this juncture. As Joe Wright will send this away for the Mustangs. Gives this a good boot. Badgers will catch it at the 5-yard line, bringing it up over on the right side. Now cutting back up to the 25, Stephon Sellers, and he's brought back down at the 21 as he retreated. Coming back on special teams, Kamari Brown, I believe, was the one who came down to make that hit. Or no, that was not Kamari Brown. That was number 8, Charles Williams, with the tackle. And the Badger offense will take the field for the first time in the second half. Joe, I'd expect a lot of ground and pound. I'm questioning with Seth Richtrom because Seth got the heavy dose of that opening drive. We didn't see Seth. There was a lot of Matt Wilson.
There's been a lot of Matt Wilson. It makes me wonder if Cannon Boswell made the trip out as well, and if we will see any of him like we saw last week.
Saw a lot of Cannon last week. Trips far side, single receiver near side for Jace Welsh. Matt Wilson is the running back. As Jace is going to roll out to the right, throw on the run. That pass is complete to the intended receiver, Stephon Sellers. Sellers going to gain 5 yards inbounds. The clock will wind under 12 minutes to go here in quarter number 3.
That's exactly what the Badgers want. They want to keep the ball. They want healthy but still rather short gains to keep the ball in their possession and keep the clock running. I mean, perfect opening play.
Wilson will sum up. Badgers go 5 receiver set here. Trips near side, 2 receivers to the far right for Jace Welsh. As Monroe gets set here with a 4-man front. They bring a man off the right edge. Welsh now, pocket collapsing, running out of time. He's going to go down, a sack for Monroe. Coming up with the big play off the edge, number 3. The linebacker, Tavorian Copeland, who blitzed off the left side, and the Badgers have an offensive lineman that is down.
I believe that is number 73.
73 for the Snow College Badgers is Gabe Ofisa, who has an offer from SUU. So hoping the best for Gabe there. We'll take the injury timeout. It's brought to you by Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back on again. Good to see Afisi get back up and move to the sideline. He's had a great season, Gabe Ofisa has. The 6'3" sophomore out of Santa Quin.
If I may real quick, Tanner, we saw Spencer Mack and Jana Cox out there helping out with that injured player. Big shout out, Jana Cox, married to my cousin, Jaron.
That's right.
Big shout out to those guys watching the game.
3rd down and 12. Welsh back to pass. Throws far side. That's through the hands of the defender and then caught by the Badgers over on the far side. That was an easy interception. It goes through the hands of the defender, and that's the kind of day it's been for Snow College as Mikhail Paiva comes down with the reception.
I mean, can't ask for more than that. Went right through the hands, perfectly into the hands of Mikhail Paiva for the first down.
By the way, Mikhail's mom giving us some snacks a couple weeks ago as the Badgers should have a free play here. Flag's thrown. Jace Welsh going to run out of it but gets sacked. That's not going to matter for Monroe as Monroe jumped. Badgers will have a first down, or a gain of 5, off the penalty. But his mom hooking us up with some Hawaii treats, some cookies and some macadamia nuts. Those were very much enjoyed in the Wilkinson household.
Oh, yes.
By the Pivas. So a shout-out to them for hooking us up on that front.
They made the trip out to Ephraim for, I believe that was the Iowa Western game.
It was, yeah. I'm a big macadamia nut guy, by the way. White chocolate macadamia nut cookies, ooh. Just eating the macadamia nuts out of the can, ooh. It's good stuff. So we got 2 to either side now for Jace Welsh, as that makes it 1st and 5 following the offside penalty. Wilson is at the hip of Welsh. Jace now gets a new play call in from the sideline. Clock is now under 10 minutes to go, so pretty quick moving here in the 3rd quarter. Not quite to 4 o'clock Eastern as we are starting to get a significant shadow on the field. A delay draw to Matt Wilson. He spins out of it, cuts back upfield as Wilson falls forward. It was going to be a big loss. Matt turns it into a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. We'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, in the first drive, I was saying Seth Rigtrup doing Seth Rigtrup things. That's Matt Wilson doing Matt Wilson things. Spinning out. You know, Seth is a very run it right up your gut, just keep the legs churning and power running back. Matt Wilson it's very much has that, but also has those tricky moves to slip out of situations exactly like that.
2nd down and 3, 2 receivers to the far side, single near side, the snap to Welsh. Jace rolls out to his right. Jace on the run, going to fire it to the near sideline and just misses Stephon Sellers. We'll bring up 3rd down and short here. Give a lot of credit to this defensive line for Monroe. They've been much better. Both trenches have been much better for Monroe here in the second half.
They really have. They've been significantly better and really have given Snow a much harder time than they had in the first 2 quarters.
8:45 to go here in the quarter number 3. It's 42-7 still for the Badgers, as Monroe opened the second half up with an impressive touchdown drive. But again, the problem, Snow College has just been in full control of this one. Split back set here for Welsh. Takes the snap, gives to Wilson, left side. Great block off the edge. Matt Wilson, first down and then some. Tiptoes down the sideline into Monroe territory, past the 35 to the 30. Matt Wilson. But the flag does come in. The Badgers, I thought, had sealed the edge rather well, but this is likely going to come back. Ire Lailula was the one over on the left side who I thought set a really good block off the edge. We'll see who they end up calling this on. And it was so far downfield, I'm interested to see how much this gets marked back.
They just indicated holding against the Badgers.
It's going to depend on the spot here.
It very much is.
So it'll still be third down and the 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it was 3rd and 3. Matt Wilson got well beyond those 3 yards and, another 20 after running off those 3. But now the Badgers will be backed up 3rd and 3, will become 3rd and 13 where they spot this. 8:18 to go here in the third. Sun really starting to set here, Joe.
I was going to say, it's cooling down pretty quick out here.
We're going to get dark before we know it out here in New York. It's not even 4. We're 6 minutes away from 4 Eastern time.
That's daylight savings for you.
On the East Coast.
On the East Coast,
yeah.
Yes.
So they're saying the hold was they've changed it now. They're saying the hold was so far downfield that Wilson got the first down either way.
I am not sure how that works. I would need to call up our buddy Rick Robinson to have him explain that to us, but...
Two far sides, single to the left is DeBow. Gets rid of it to the tight end. Peters makes a juggling catch, and ultimately the catch does not come to fruition. It's incomplete. Second down coming up now for the Badger offense. So kind of a weird situation. And sometimes, it's a spot foul when it's so far downfield, especially, so far downfield like that. You can get you can still get your yardage even after the penalty can still be enough for a first down, and that's what they ruled it was the case.
They have left the clock running here on the incomplete pass.
That's happened a couple times today. And this isn't Utah high school football where you have a running clock when it's a 35-point game. So Welsh has trips to the far side, 6:47 to go. The handoff to Wilson. Matt Wilson, good run, spins out of it again on second down. Only a gain of 2 will bring up third down here for the Badger offense. Is one of the Monroe players is holding a fist up as if it is fourth down. It is not, in fact, fourth down. It is third down and 7.
The Badgers have not really moved the ball all that well on this drive, but what they have done is they have moved the clock. They have chewed up a lot of clock time.
Third down and 8 here for Snow College. Trips near side for Jace Welsh. Single back set. As Jace takes the shotgun snap, blitz comes. Welsh just gets absolutely drilled on the sack, and now a flag's going to come in. They're going to call this like a target? Because I thought that was a pretty clean hit coming out.
I thought that was textbook hit.
From the linebacker. I believe that was either Kamari Brown or Charles Williams, maybe, who came up to make the play. Charles Williams. That's terrible. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. And that benefits the Badgers. You can't rough the passer if he hasn't thrown the ball.
More like Jace Mahomes out there.
He does wear 15.
He does.
Now, I saw this call earlier this season with BYU and Arizona. Isaiah Glasker was called for something similar where the quarterback still had the ball in his hands. That's really bad. I mean, I'm just going to say I don't like to get critical of anything like that, overly critical. That's really bad.
That is a very...
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. They end up ruling helmet to helmet. It wasn't roughing the passer. He misspoke.
Okay.
So that wasn't the call, and that we're so high up, we didn't have the best angle of it.
Exactly. I'm a lot more okay with that call than the other. It still is a very controversial call, and the Monroe fans are letting him know that. In my opinion, it could have gone either way, but it did. It is favoring the Badgers.
Because that's textbook not roughing the passer.
Every sense of it. That was an interesting call.
Yeah. 5:30 to go here in the third. Badgers taking up, as mentioned, a lot of time to give to Wilson. Matt bounces off right tackle, falls forward. A good gain on first down for Matt Wilson as he'll gain 6 yards, make it 7 yards. Second down. And that's a lot of third down conversions on this drive, and that's a sustained drive. I saw this yesterday at the 3A semifinals they did between Cedar and Juab. Cedar had this long, sustained drive, 4 third down conversions on one drive for the Reds, and that alone will eat up a lot of clock. We've got a Mustang down on the field. We'll take a timeout, And be right back as the Central Valley Medical Center timeout. Our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard, Snow College 42, Monroe 7.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style check-in account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bring color to the world. Open a new check-in account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
Welcome back on in. 2nd down and 3 here for the Badger offense. They got 2 receivers to the near side. Single receiver far right for Jace Welsh. Snow's taken, Joe, at least 4.5, 5 minutes on this drive.
If not more.
If not more.
They have done a very, very good job of controlling the ball and keeping the clock running.
Welsh with a split back set. Fangupo is the fullback in this situation. The give to Wilson. Matt keeps the legs churning. It's going to be close here and going to be just shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and a yard with 4:19 to go in the period.
Keep the drive alive. Keep the clock running, and that's exactly what they just did. We're going to be under 4 minutes to play by the next time they run a play.
It's 4 o'clock. We've had 2 hours of game time, including halftime. It was a quick game.
This has been a very, very quick game.
3rd and short here. Split back set again for Welsh. 2 receivers far side. Single near side is DeBow. Jace goes with a hard count. Takes the snap. Play action. Jace going to roll out. Has a tight end in the flat. It's Fangupo, and he dropped it. Kime had a huge lane ahead of him. Just needed to secure the pass for the first down. It's 4th and a yard for the Badgers. Offense looks like they are going to stay out there and try and keep even more of this clock running.
I was going to say this is most definitely 2-down territory for the Badgers. Even if you don't get it on this, you're still giving Monroe one of their least favorable field positions that they've had of the night.
4th down and a yard with 3:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. The clock's running on an incomplete. I just realized it's still running on an incomplete pass. Fangupo comes in motion. Give to Wilson on 4th down. He hits that hole hard. First down and then some. Matt Wilson to the corner and into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a penalty marker on the sideline.
And there's a Snow player slow to get up. Whitecap coming over to discuss with the sideline.
It's Miley Fonua. He's a little slow getting up.
For the 2nd or 3rd time today, Miley is a little slow to get up.
He's been banged up a little bit throughout the season. Got his first Division I offer 2 weeks ago to Utah Tech.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Could not,
such a good dude.
One of the nicest guys on the team. One of those real glue of the team guys.
Oh, without question. One of the captains for the Badgers. Snow's marching this back.
It is going to be holding against Snow College.
So now, depending on where this takes place, too. So it'll still be 4th down, but because it was, again, so far downfield, it's only 4th and 4 instead of 4th and 11.
Still most definitely 2-down territory for the Badgers.
They're going to go trips to the near side, single receiver to the far right. Single back is Matt Wilson, so going to keep it out there. Clock is still moving. Under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. And the sun is it's behind some clouds right now behind us, but really basically set at this point. Welsh throws short. Vila spins out of it, gets the first down, and then sent Kazon stays inbounds, still dragging defenders with him, and Vila is out of bounds at the 1 yard line. Oh, and we've got we got stuff going on over on the sideline. Some extracurricular blocking maybe. I don't know what that's about, but this game continuing to get maybe a little more chippy. But what a catch and run for Kazan.
For Kazan, looking more like Bear Bachmeyer in that BYU-Utah game, just carrying defenders toward the end zone. That was incredible play from Kazan Villa.
So they'll have it first and goal at the 1, will the Badgers, or at least that's what appears to be the case. Game clock is now stopped at 2:41. So the Badgers will look to punch this in. And, boy, take 6-7 minutes off the clock on this drive and come away with the points. A jet sweep to the left side. And taking it into the end zone is Kazan Villa for the 1-yard rushing touchdown. Badgers extend their lead now 48-7 with the PAT pending.
I mean, at this point, is it even news that the Badgers have scored a touchdown? In the last week, they have scored nearly 150 points of offense.
Wow.
You can't sugarcoat that. That is a potent offense.
Well, you had 3 defensive touchdowns last week, 2 today. So your defense has scored 35. Oh, wow. That's something to think about. Badgers will kick the PAT. Joseph Brandt on for Snow College. 2:30 to go in the quarter. Snap's good, hold good, kick on its way. And it is through. So with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's Snow College 49, Monroe University 7 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Badgers set to kick off here after the touchdown. That's what Coach Erickson wants to see the rest of this half. Long, sustained drives that end in points. As it's going to be a chance for a return for Monroe at the 5-yard line, scattered to the 15, 20, and one of the better returns for Monroe. And, boy, more pushing and shoving out there. And Kazan Villa has been the one that's kind of been mixed up in a lot of this for
He's
Snow
got to
College.
be so careful. I mean, you've got, looking ahead just a little bit, you've got Lackawanna at Lackawanna on Thursday in 5 days. This is a team that Snow's already beaten once this season. You've got to be so careful attitude-wise going into that and just make sure that, especially with it being the last game of the season, some guys might be a little tempted to let some tempers fly a little bit.
2:14 to go here in the third. Back at quarterback for Monroe is Jaden Young, who had that brilliant pass. That seems like it was forever ago, because it was. It was a good 6.5+ minutes ago for Monroe. So they'll go 2 receivers to either side. Man comes out of the backfield. It's Cole. The screen pass is up in the air and incomplete. Dangerous plays. Jaden Robertson was sniffing for potentially his second interception of the day.
Very, very dangerous play as the clock continues to run on that incomplete pass. I wonder if they are just running a running clock at this point, although that is specifically not something in the NJCAA.
Yeah, this is interesting. We're just going to roll with it at this point.
Yeah. Nothing we can do.
Right. 2nd down and 10 for Monroe. 2 receivers to the far left, single right for Young. Back to pass. Going to take a shot, double coverage, and overshoots his target. Kameen Powell, who had the brilliant touchdown snag for the Mustangs to open up the second half.
I mean, even if he did catch that, even if it wasn't overthrown, there was still double coverage. He would have struggled to make that catch against those 2 defenders.
3rd down and 10 now for the Monroe offense, with a clock running again off an incomplete pass. And it did stop for a moment.
It did.
So I don't know if there's something that just wasn't explained to us. They agreed to a running clock. I don't know.
I don't know that is allowed in NJCAA.
You can shorten the quarters, which is what we saw a week ago. Yeah, kind of a weird situation on that front. 3rd down and 10. Different quarterback in as he just shovels it to the running back at the last second, and Cole makes a man miss, has a first down and then some. Cole out past the 40 to the 45, 46-yard line. Back in at quarterback was Xavier Ward. He was going down, about to be sacked, just shoveled it forward, almost like I don't even know how you describe that pass. I mean, you run, there's shovel plays in football, shovel pass.
Right.
I don't think that was the original design of the play, though. The pressure got there so quick that Xavier Ward just pitched it forward, and it's first down.
That was a great heads-up play by the quarterback and just keeping it alive.
Cole takes it and gets a good chunk of yards out past the 45-yard line. 2 to the far side, single near side for Ward. In shotgun, single back is Cole, who made the reception there. This is going to get blown dead. Got the Badgers lined up in the neutral zone potentially. It's kind of the way these teams are marching.
It's the end of the third quarter. Okay.
Would you look at that? We're after 3. It's Snow College 47, Monroe 7 on our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Fourth quarter action on the way next.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026, or go to sanpetesteel.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
Welcome back on in. Badgers 49-7, fourth quarter about to get underway. As that third quarter went by really fast, and both teams possessed it once. I mean, this technically Monroe's, this possession carries over now, and it would be 2 possessions technically, but 1 full possession each in that third quarter. Snap back to Ward. Ward's going to step up in the pocket, try to run with it, and the ball comes loose. The Badgers have it. That should be Snow College football. Let's see what they rule it. They're saying an incomplete pass. Coach Erickson pleading his case for a fumble. Dallin Sweat was in on the play along with Tayson Reed. Jaden Wright, that linebacking core. Snow saying it should be our football.
Yeah, Coach Erickson is not happy with that call, and he is letting the referees know.
You're a good fan of this TV show Ted Lasso. I just finished Ted Lasso recently. You find it interesting that in European soccer, they don't call him ref. They say the full name, referee.
Yeah.
Referee.
Referee.
Yeah, very interesting how that's a thing over there. Second down and 10 here. The run to the right for Cole as he's tripped up, but a gain of 2, maybe 3, and we've got someone playing music somewhere. I mean, we're in a neighborhood. This is a very residential spot that we're in. Someone's trumpeting, I guess.
Oh, it is the marching band that has done an incredible job.
Oh, they've been great.
They have been so good here. They are loading up on the bus to head back. I think we're a good 15 or 30 minutes away from the Monroe University campus.
Yeah.
So they are loading up, I believe, to head home for the night.
Badgers force a 3rd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain. And again, that was ruled an incomplete pass earlier. Clock still ran there. Back to pass with it. Pocket collapsing. Quarterback's going to take off and run in pursuit. Kanuka Williams forced the ball out. It's then picked up and ran by Monroe for a first down. Dallin Sweat got there as well for the Badgers. And Monroe picks it up and runs it forward after the ball was fumbled.
That is the first time that a fumbled ball or some misstep like that for Monroe has actually worked out in their favor. that it has gone that way.
Yeah. Well, Dallin Sweat getting some action here. He's sure happy with how his father-in-law coached last night. Manti got a massive win against Morgan. Dallin's senior year, they got a massive win against Morgan to go to the state championship. Now,
I remember those games very, very well.
Yeah, I've called all three of those Manti-Morgan semis, and all three were dandies. Manti winning 2 years ago, Morgan winning last year, and then Manti got him back last night.
If only Manti could figure out how to beat Richfield.
Literally, I mean that's been the Achilles heel for the Templars. They'll play Cedar for a state championship next week. Blitz comes, one-handed little snag there, and then a catch and run from Jashawn Amin. Really, really well done on that front.
He went out of bounds, and the clock continues to run. So there must have been an agreement of a running clock or something.
That's essentially
like
what
that.
we've had. Yeah,
that is exactly what we have had in this second half.
So we've got 11:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. Monroe driving, trying to get in the end zone for the second time this half in as many drives for the Mustangs. Two near side, single receiver to the far right as the lights are coming on now here at the stadium. The give to Cole off the right side, tries to hit that edge and is drugged backwards. Stays on his feet though. Cole cuts back upfield. Going to cut inside the 15, inside the 10. Cole down to the 5. Give Cole a ton of credit for not going down. What a run on the outside from Sahid Cole.
Incredible run from him. Able to stay on his feet. Just a great job. And Snow making a sub here.
So you're now going to have first and goal for the Mustangs inside the 5. What a great run from Cole. And we've seen that kind of toughness out of him tonight. He just hasn't had a lot of lanes. When the kids had lanes, he can move.
Oh, he exploits those lanes and really hurts this Badger defense.
Play clock down at 10. Game clock at 10:45. Ward in shotgun. Brings his tight end from right to left. Ward. Clap of the hands. Back to pass on first and goal. Dancing around with it. Ward, he's going to take off and run and score. Xavier Ward finds the end zone for the Monroe Mustangs, and that'll make it 49-13 with the PAT pending.
You know, I just want to say real quick here, last week we saw Snow beat up on a team with hardly any bright spots on their roster. They really struggled overall. Monroe, even though this is a big win for the Badgers, Monroe has plenty of bright spots, and they have played very, very well. This is not just an okay team. This is a legit junior college football team.
And we know about just okay teams.
I threw that one in for you.
I know you did. 10-12 to go here in the fourth. Badgers still lead 49-14. Snow gets it back right after this.
My name is Jared Livingston. I grew up in Sanpete County, Utah. I remember going down to the feed company back in the little offices there, got my first loan through Utah Heritage Credit Union, and ever since then fell in love with the personal atmosphere that you get with a local credit union. Been there ever since I was a little kid to today, whether we're dealing with an auto loan or just cashing a check, they're right there every time we need them.
Welcome back on in. Badgers lead 49-14 on our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. A surprising stat here, despite it being this big of a score. You were talking about how hard Monroe's played. Douglas Dentistry first downs. Snow's only got 2 more first downs than Monroe.
That doesn't surprise me because most of the Badgers' scores have either come defensively or on big plays.
That's where that ultimately shows, right, in the stat sheet. So first downs tonight have been brought this afternoon. It's night here. The sun's basically down in New York.
Yeah, it's not even 5 o'clock here.
It's definitely afternoon back in Ephraim. As the return here from Stephon Sellers had a good one earlier in the game, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. But first downs today are brought to you by Douglas Dentistry. Douglas Dentistry in Ephraim should be your first choice in dentistry and oral health. Stick with us. It'll be a short post-game show, but it will be a post-game show with your Sanpete Steel man of the game. Sanpete Steel done right and on time.
We've got to do a rather short post game because we are hopping on the team bus, and we do not want to miss that.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be good neighbors, good stewards. Don't want to make Coach Erickson wait for anything on that front. So First down and 10 now for the Badger offense. Again, going to look to try and use this. Clock's running off of a kickoff. So, yeah, there's something that's just going on right here.
There's some agreement between the teams.
So Badgers will now have first and 10. 2 receivers to either side for Jace Welsh. In shotgun. Takes the snap, play fake. Jace, quick hitter to Stellers, just into the dirt. And that falls incomplete. Badgers will have second and 10. A flag comes flying in here. This is interesting.
This will be very interesting to see what is called.
It was so late.
It was well after. It was a good 5 seconds after the whistle was blown.
See what the officials decide to go with here. So it might have just fallen out of a pocket, or they threw it and then discussed it, and maybe just to be safe.
Right.
First and 10 second and 10 Badgers following the incompletion.
You know, plays like that, I do not mind when a flag is thrown, the officials come together and discuss it.
Yeah, get it right.
Get it right.
In a quick manner, too. I think sometimes that's the only thing I can think of. We drove past Secaucus, New Jersey today.
Yes, we did. I know exactly what you're about to
say.
Where
the NBA replay center is at. There needs to be a time limit on some of these replays in sports. They take way too long. I get you want to get it right, but it disrupts flow and everything like that as Matt Wilson stood up and pushed backwards as that'll bring up third down and 9. The dial-a-down still says first down over there. This should be third down coming up here.
That big number 0 for Monroe had literally picked up Matt and was carrying him backwards.
Kamari Brown, 6'1", 285. It's a big boy.
Big boy. Big boy. I would not want to go up against him.
Second down and 10, 8:20 to go here in quarter number 4. Badgers will go trips to the far side, single receiver to that near side. Single back is Wilson. Welsh awaits the shotgun snap. Monroe shows blitz. They'll bring it. Picked up well. Welsh escapes, runs into his own lineman, and is ultimately going to go down. And this should be fourth down here. They still have the third down signal over there on the dial-a-down, but there was an incomplete pass thrown by Welsh to start. This should be fourth down.
We're going to see if the official corrects that. Well, the sideline official just looked at the dial-a-down and did not say anything. So it must be they just announced 3rd and 17.
It should be fourth down.
It should be fourth down.
Wow.
But they are treating it as if it is a third down for the Badgers.
Third and long here with 7:12 to go in the ball game. And, yeah, now clock stops. Delay a game on the Badgers. I was thinking maybe they realized it was fourth down and needed to correct that.
And get a timeout.
Again, this should be fourth down, but no one's making a fuss about it for Monroe.
The official just said repeat third down.
Yeah. So they're really going with the bit.
They really are. They are sticking with it.
3rd and 22. Clock continues to wind at under 7, and the way this clock is just wound here in the second half, pretty good chance Monroe may get it one more time, and that might be it.
I think Monroe only gets it one more time, and maybe the Badgers will get it one final time to kneel it out.
Back to play action. Welsh rolls out to his left. Jace is going to load up, launch it deep, one-on-one coverage. Coming back to the football, Stephon Sellers, and he makes an incredible catch. Oh, that's Freddie DeBow. My apologies, Freddie. Freddie DeBow comes back on a great comeback. Deep ball from Welsh. Freddie went and got it. Back at the 35, but the Badger O-lines. Oh, a hold on the Badgers is going to negate that. What a beautiful ball from Jace Welsh to Freddie DeBow. But that'll back the Badger up even further. It was 3rd and a mile. Now it's going to be 3rd and a kilometer.
Now it's going to be 3rd and Manhattan here on this field.
6:14 to go in the ball game. The clock has stopped. So now a third down and, this is
30?
At least 30. You're snapping it at the 14. You need to get to the 45, 32, 33 yards-ish on that front. Welsh in shotgun, 2 receivers to either side, and Matt Wilson. Back to pass. Welsh steps up, throws it high, off the hands. It's in the air, and it is caught. Kason Vila makes the catch. My goodness, the ball has just bounced the Badgers' way so many times tonight. It's still 4th down.
With how far that ball was thrown and how incredible that catch was, still was not back to the original line of scrimmage.
No, you're still 2-3 yards short. It was a 20-plus yard gain, and you're going to have 4th down and 12.
And the Badgers will punt for the 2nd time tonight.
Just the 2nd time, that's correct. 5:17 left in this one. Badgers going to get out of here with the win. Hopefully get out of here healthy as Summers gets rid of it. This a little bit short as it takes a bounce and will be fielded at the 38-yard line for Monroe. 5 minutes remaining. The clock is continuing to wind. And the Mustangs will have a chance to get a 3rd touchdown on the board.
That ball just hit the ground and stopped. It did not go anywhere once it hit the ground.
Little pitching wedge there from somewhere. That was fun to see Jay get some action last week running the ball.
Yes, it was.
A little trick, getting him. He's a Australian rules football guy, a rugby guy. So, those punters aren't afraid to get hit. And now, obviously, you don't want those guys getting hurt. And that's because, with the value to a team and whatnot. But fun to see him get a couple carries last week.
So look at how the Badgers have set up their defense. They are going pass coverage heavy. Really, I'd be surprised if we see any blitzing. They're just trying to prevent these big throws downfield.
2 to the far right, single receiver near side for Xavier Ward. A little off on the snap to give to Cole right side, and Cole is going to fight forward. Keeps the legs churning, a gain of 2. Badgers in on the tackle include Hayden Magali, along with Pahelutu Alatini. 2nd and 8 now. 4:18 to go in the ball game. That clock has continued to wound here in the second half. 4:07 to go. This is going to be one of our shorter broadcasts of the year, Joe. We're 2.5 hours, basically, into our broadcast.
Very typical of one of our high school broadcasts.
Yeah, or I guess 3 hours when you look at, by the time this is over, after the start of pregame, it'll be about 3 hours. Give up the middle. Cole, good run on 2nd down. Cole's going to get it out to about the 46-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down and 2 after a gain of 6. 3:37 remaining with 3:29 to go in the ball game. Ward in shotgun. Sends a man from left to right. On 3rd down, Ward. Hard clap. Play fake. Quick hitter to the outside. Complete. And that should be good enough for a 1st down, and it is. Caught on the outside by Jamal Abdul Kalak.
We are ticking down under 3 minutes to play, and this pretty much guarantees this will be Monroe's last possession of the football. If they turn over at all, if Snow gets the football, they are going to be pretty much able to kneel it out from there.
2:48 left. 2 receivers far right, single near side. Back to pass with it is Zay Ward. Badgers do show blitz here, and they're going to bring one. Ward steps up in the pocket, escapes, being pursued, stays on his feet. Ward heads for the sidelines and gets a 1st down. A good scamper to the outside by Xavier Ward with 2.5 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Still that quarterback conditioning of get out of bounds, don't take the hit. And that did stop the clock.
It did.
And
now it
runs.
Winds. So maybe just right when they set it, that's when they're running the clock. But I'm not complaining that this has gone a little bit quicker.
It is cold up here on this roof.
It's getting a little chilly out here at Mount Vernon. 1st down and 10. Man comes in motion. Ward in shotgun, trips near side. Play fake, gets it in the tunnel screen. It's complete. And a good, decent gain of a couple, maybe 3 yards on 1st down by the running back Evan Harrington. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout and likely our final Central Valley Medical Center timeout on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom, Channel 10, and SnowTV.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed CentraCom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose CentraCom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
We welcome you back on in. Badgers 2-minute timeout. It's a 49-14 game. Second down and about 6 to go here for Monroe. As we've got an interesting couple of days ahead for the Badgers. Going to be practicing in some interesting conditions, it's about a 2-hour drive over to Scranton, PA.
Exactly, and Coach Erickson told us this week that they are taking a group of the guys. They were able to work out a deal with the New York Jets box office.
Yeah, that's right.
To get them discounts on tickets for the Browns game tomorrow at MetLife.
Second down and 6, under 2 to go here in the quarter. Back to pass. Quarterback's going to fire it. It's a hot route and just overthrows his receiver. Guy had a beat on the ball, and as Ward was heading to I almost said his doom, not his doom, but to the turf, he let the ball fly at the last second.
And it is very interesting when they are running the clock and when they are not.
Yeah, no.
Because the clock is not running after that incomplete pass.
I've given up at this point when it comes to that. So minute 30, understanding that. Now it stops at a minute 39. Trips to the far side, single receiver near side for Xavier Ward. Ward brings that tailback to his hip. Claps the hands, back to passes Ward. Floats it to Cole, the running back, makes the snag, and then is forced out of bounds at the 31. Third down and 6. It's going to be a gain of 2, maybe 3. We'll bring up 4th down and 2. So give him 4 on the catch and run. 4th down as Tayson Reed escorted him out of bounds. Minute 30 to go, and again the clock stops. So we did not see the clock stop for much of this second half, and suddenly now in the last 2 minutes you decide to stop it. So
now I will be discussing that with Coach Erickson, what the deal with the clock was.
Yeah. 4th down and 3 with a minute 30 left in the ball game. Screen pass to the outside. It's caught. Going to be a first down for Monroe, or at least near. Yeah, they do give him the first down. A good catch and run by the tight end, Tristan West. Big body guy, 6'4", 230, out of Baltimore. He's a Ravens fan. He's got to be feeling a little bit better about how the Ravens played the last few weeks after a disastrous start.
Yes.
I need to look the number up, but not a lot of NFL teams have started the year 1-5 and then made the playoffs, and the Ravens actually have a pretty good shot to do so because of the division they play in. But
right, because who's the rest in their division? They've got the Commanders.
It's Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Cincinnati.
Oh,
you don't have to worry about Cleveland. You don't really have to worry about Cincinnati either. As this ball batted, it's
a live ball.
I was going to say, it's got to be an incomplete pass. And sure enough, at the end of the day, they do get that right. That ball batted at the line of scrimmage by number 38, Tristan Brimhall, the sophomore linebacker out of Harriman. So second down here, and that, wouldn't you know it, stops the clock in a minute.
Like you said, I think we need to stop trying to understand it and just accept it for what it is.
Yeah. Second down and 10 now for Monroe with a minute remaining. You got 2 receivers to the far right, at single tight end near side, single receiver near side as well with the back at the hip of Xavier Ward. They've ran 2 quarterbacks tonight in Jaden Young and Xavier Ward. Ward claps the hands, back to pass, running out of time, and he is going to go down and get sacked. Salae Kanuka Williams continues to have a great second half of the season. That sack will take Monroe back to the 40-yard line. They got to get to the 15. So now, or not quite to the 40, I guess. So third down and about 22 yards to go here for Monroe.
And they are running the clock now.
I was gonna say, if you stop a clock on a sack, then that's really going to raise some eyebrows and some questions.
No kidding.
Trips near side, single receiver to the far right for Ward. Sends that man in motion with 23 seconds remaining. Claps the hands, surveys, dumps it off. Pass is caught. Receiver heads for the sideline. A nice stiff arm out of bounds.
Incredible stiff arm
by
there.
Evan Harrington.
But it does not get enough, not even to the original line of scrimmage.
There's 7 seconds left. The clock stops. 49-14.
Most likely will be the last play of the game coming up here.
I would be surprised if it was not, but
right.
What do I know? 2 receivers to either side here. Single back set for Monroe. Final play of the game for Xavier Wood. Claps the hands. Back to pass, likely a shot at the end zone here for Wood. He'll take it, and it will be incomplete. There is... Yeah, I say you call this. There was technically a second left. They're going to call it. Yeah, your final score, Snow College 49, Monroe 14. Joe, this was a surprising one, to say the least, the way the Badgers dominated this. You know, technically, Monroe won the second half 14-7.
Very much, yes.
You know?
Exactly. I mean, the Badgers only had the ball, what was it, twice in the second half?
Yeah, that's right.
And both times it did end with, no, one ended with a touchdown. One ended with a punt. It was just such a quick second half with that running clock that the Badgers just didn't really have much of an opportunity to score.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some final numbers here, Joe, to wrap this thing up in a hurry. Snow College wins, again, 49-14. Your second half scoring for, let's see here, for the Mustangs, it was Jaden Young with a 39-yard touchdown strike to Camille Powell. That made it 42-7. And then Kazan Vila with the 1-yard touchdown run to make it 49-7. And then Monroe gets on with a Xavier Ward 4-yard rush to make it 49-14. Summary stats overall. First downs. Monroe actually had more first downs than Snow College, 17-16. More Douglas Dentistry first downs.
That doesn't surprise me because, like I said, most of Snow's touchdowns or their scoring drives came on either big plays or defensive scores.
Rushing yards, Monroe had more, 60-56. Passing yards, Snow 191 to Monroe's 190. Monroe outgained Snow 250 to 247. Now, they basically had the ball the whole second half. Snow had the one long drive. They did, you know, anyway. Badgers with 2 defensive touchdowns in the game. Badgers were just 3 of 10 on third down. Monroe 4 of 13. Monroe 3 of 5 on fourth down. Badgers were also 3 of 5 on fourth down. So, real quick individual numbers. Jace Welsh just 10 of 18. I don't think Jace completed a pass, or did he complete a pass in the second half? Yeah, he would have had to have completed a couple passes in the second half. My apologies there. 10 of 18, 191 yards and a score. Paiva, 3 for 86. Villa, 3 for 53. 1 for 45 and a score for Jack Dean Burke. Wilson ends up with 21 yards and a score to lead the Badgers in rushing. And then on the defensive side of things, Mario Williams, 5 tackles, 2 TFL solos. Also had a sack. Kanuka Williams with a sack as well. St. Pete Steel still out of the game. Let's go Mario Williams, Jr.
Yeah.
I don't believe he's won it yet. Got an early sack, set the tone with that linebacking group. Those other linebackers have won the Steel Man of the game. Let's go Mario Williams for your St. Pete Steel. Steel Man of the game. Winner gets a Steel hoodie. St. Pete Steel supporting Snow College's tradition of excellence. Well, Joe, that wraps up. The Badgers now have a quick turnaround. They'll be back in action Thursday in Lackawanna, in the Electric City, taking on Scranton, or Lackawanna in Scranton. And it's a rematch of a game that took place a little over 6 weeks ago, and that was a shootout back in Ephraim. So this should be really interesting heading into Thursday.
It's going to be a really fun one. Exactly what Coach Erickson told us earlier this week. It's really hard to beat a team once. It's extremely hard to beat a team twice. So I'm very excited to watch that one. You will be on the call in Scranton with Nate Johnson.
That's right.
I'll be back in Ephraim getting ready for some Snow College hoops.
That's right, yeah. A big couple of weeks in Snow College athletics. It's been a big couple of weeks, and it's going to continue to be busy and big as well. Always appreciate you, though, my friend, getting us on the air, making sure things happen. It's a stressful business we're in, but we got it done, and the Badgers got it done as well. So big thanks to Joe Williams. Thanks to Jason Pipes back in the studios at KMTI for getting us on the radio land waves. Athletic Director Karen Johnson getting this. This was kind of a hectic week with I talked about my hectic schedule, just all the plane cancellations and stuff. The fact the Badgers made it out here and got to play a football game is kind of a miracle in itself. Our flights had no delays or cancellation. I mean, maybe a 5-minute delay boarding just because they were finishing cleaning the plane, right? 5-10 minutes.
But we still got here 20 minutes before our scheduled arrival time.
Yeah. So for us, we can't complain about the travel. But the good news, the Badgers will stay out here. We got snow basketball coming on Monday, too.
Yes,
Don't forget that, folks.
Yes,
that'll be our next Badger broadcast on the simulcast. Monday at 7 p.m., 6:30, 6:40 pregame, depending on what we chop some things up there. Austin Topham will join me for that one. That should be a fun one back at the Horn Activity Center. Your final score from out here at Memorial Field and Mount Vernon, New York. Snow College 49 and Monroe 14. You've been watching and listening to Snow College Junior College football on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentraCom Channel 10, and SnowTV. So long and good night from Mount Vernon, New York.
You've been listening to live Snow College Badger sports action on KMTI, the sports leader in South Central Utah. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us again for Snow College Badger sports on KMTI.